Q&A time, friends, Romans, and Jedis. So, thank you very much to whoever timestamps this for everyone's benefit. Quick announcement to all the people asking, hey, where do I post my questions? Click on the playlists, guys. Look at the playlist. There's a Q&A playlist. The first video on it is a big fat red question mark. That's where you want to deposit all your questions that you want me to address, okay? This is the best format to address serious questions because everybody gets to benefit from it. And I have way too many things going on 20 hours a day to look around all the threads and answer random questions, okay? So spread the word, guys. For those who don't realize it, when you see people asking, where do I post my questions? Link them to the official Q&A thread, or just tell them, go find the red question mark. It's linked at the end of all these Q&A videos, the big red question mark that appears on the screen, guys. For all you new guys, just so you know, that's how you can get addressed by video on your questions, okay? That's how this works. It's an easy, organized system, and once you know how to do it, it works real well. Remember, everyone, to check out and sign up to all the new up-and-coming cool fitness channels that I've got linked in the description box. Always check the description box on these Q&As, guys, for relevant links and so forth. All right? Much love to everyone. Let's get going here. The Shining Dazzle. Hey, man, I have a question about foods that have a high amount of fats, carbs, and protein. For example, tahini, it has about 55 grams of fats, 21 carbs, and 17 protein grams per 100 grams. Shall I eat it with meat and oils or vegetables and bio bread since it has more carbs than proteins and more fats than carbs? Or can I eat this type of food with everything? Okay, you don't want to eat it with meat. Nuts and seeds and meat are completely different food groups, and they don't digest the same, okay? You can definitely put it with vegetables. Nuts and seeds go great with vegetables, but not starchy vegetables, because this is a high-fat, high-protein food, these nuts and seeds, okay? So for a proper food combination, you can eat it with any vegetable that's not a starchy vegetable. I would not put it with bread, because grains and nuts and seeds are completely different food groups, and they don't digest the same. Your pancreas has to make completely different types of enzymes. Just to cover that quickly, that answers your basic question. Much love. Alex, hey Nether, would you be able to clarify the supplement brands that you use? Also, I saw in an older video that you mentioned eating 6 slices of Ezekiel bread per day. Is the gluten in Ezekiel bread different than the other kind of wheat products? Do you know how to cure eye floaters and bloodshot eyes? Okay, first of all, wherever you found this supplement video, it's not even on my channel. It's very outdated. The Nether Better Upgrade Manual is 20 plus years of research and application, okay? It's got all the best supplements and a lot more that I personally use. A lot more than just supplements. Many custom programs, my best personal detox body cleansing methods, all my performance hack stacks and everything else, okay? That's what it's for. It puts it all together. So if you're interested, let me know. If you're ready to invest in upgrading your life and vitality and mind and body, it's a perfect thing to do it, okay? As far as Ezekiel bread, yeah, I didn't realize at the time, way back when I made that video, that there was some gluten in it, and it was irritating my gut. I had gas and bloating, and as soon as somebody pointed that out and I realized it was true, I dropped it from my diet. The truth is, I'm not compatible with grains anyway. I was just doing my best. But no, I don't recommend the normal Ezekiel bread. I recommend the kind that says gluten-free. They do have a gluten-free version of it, for those of you interested. Okay, as far as curing eye floaters and bloodshot eyes, this has a lot to do with your lymphatic system, your liver, your gallbladder, and so forth. And my personal best cleansing methods in the Nether Better Upgrade Manual are what I use that's very much helped that over time, okay? Rather than give you like 1 or 2 things you can try, I mean, I can. Basically, just go Google and research and look through modern day people's experiences with different detox methods and pick something that speaks to you. But if you want my personal methods, get the manual, because I highly believe in all of them. Much love. Next question. Hey Big Nether, do the detox methods wipe out good bacteria? Much love. They wipe out very little of the good bacteria, but they do reduce the amounts, yes. So when you do an extremely strong detox, you don't need to take probiotics after that, but it's a good time. It's a good time to take a strain of high quality probiotics and take the whole bottle as a cycle, you might say, to build up your healthy probiotic strains in your gut. Right after really intense cleanse is always good timing to do that. None of the cleansing methods I use totally deplete your good bacteria. It will build back on its own. However, when any of you guys ever take antibiotics, you really need to take high quality probiotics after that, because that wipes out everything, and all that's going to grow back is candida and cockroaches that'll take over your body. So anytime you've taken a strain of antibiotics, you need to immediately take a strain of high quality probiotics. Two sides of the coin. Medical leaves the important side of it out completely. But that's when it's essential, okay? If you care about your health, future, longevity, well-being, mind, body, anything, take high-quality probiotics after any course of antibiotics. And for God's sakes, people, get your immune systems and your health high enough that you don't have to take antibiotics. These colds and flus that they name scary names, they're not scary. They're the same colds and flus I had as a kid. Because I didn't buy into the vaccines and bullshit, and my family doesn't, we whoop them like a normal cold or flu. Swine flu, bird flu, whatever else scary flu. We've had them all in this family, and we whooped it like nothing. That's called having an immune system and not buying into the bullshit. Anyway, yeah, natural vitality, man. Natural vitality. You don't want to be dependent on external things because you don't have an immune system anymore. Next question. Absbixer1. I can't even say that. If you were placed in a prison for a year with only a pull-up bar and weights, sweet, that'd be a nice prison, I guess. Probably have more weights than I have here in the muscle dungeon. With all the access to all the food, supplements, and drinks you want, no entertainment or social interaction, how would you train? Well, I'd train frequently. I'd train a lot. I would, put basically the majority of my energy into that. Now, if we also had internet in the prison, I'd spend a lot of time, doing mental activities as well. But if I didn't, if I was cut off, like you say, I would train as much as I could each day and be recovering and gaining, because that's really all I would have to pour my, I'd meditate, do other internal consciousness activities. But before I sound too crazy for some people, yes, I would train a lot. I would make use of it. I mean, hell, where I train Muscle Dungeon, it almost is like a prison. It's very small. There's very limited equipment. And because of that, my creativity has blossomed 1,000-fold. And so it's a blessing in disguise. Yes, I would be one of those guys who came out of prison more jacked than people believe you can be. How do you get all those steroids in prison? Even more accusations. But yeah, if I had a lot of time and focus and I was pretty much cut off from everything else, I would take my physique training to higher levels, because that's what I have to pour my energy and focus into. Cool question, man. Much love. The unknown. Any common harmful ingredients to look out for when purchasing vitamins and supplements? Hell yes, man. There's tons of synthetic shitty vitamins from bad sources out there that are toxic. And there's no way I could sit here and explain all the different things to look out for. Just do some research, okay? Much love. Next question. Hey Nether, I bought the manual and I love it. I've heard you're upgrading the manual. Do we have to repurchase or receive updated? Yes, anybody with a manual, just send me a receipt of purchase and say I'd like the most updated version, and I'll shoot it to you. You don't have to repurchase it, friends. No way. Much love. Next question. Hey Nether, I hope you're having a great day. I am, my friend. I hope you are too. This is Flo White. What should I do for knee and low back health specifically, or for that matter, the joint health and longevity in general? Yes, I can tell you this. In ancient Chinese medicine, they immediately figured out a long time ago and linked liver and kidney weakness to having degenerating and sore knees and lower back. So anything you do that enhances the health of your liver and kidneys, you'll find that the connective tissues in your knees and lower back drastically benefit. You can go look this up, guys, if you still don't believe me. So I'd highly recommend the Nether Better Upgrade Manual. Upgrade your vitality and your knees and back will become bulletproof, Like I say, my tendons are twice as strong as they were 10 years ago. They don't hold me back at all anymore, no matter what the hell I pull. So pull, push, press, throw, whatever, So there you go. It is tied to those organs. Much love. Next question. Pascal Kissinger. Hey Nether, how can I improve my sleep quality naturally so that duration is less significant? Right, I understand. Better quality sleep, so you need less time to sleep. I know that sleep is important, and due to private reasons, I cannot sleep enough. Much love and thanks for all the information. Yeah, all I can recommend, friend, is try Sleepy Time herbs. Google all the organic herbs that can be helpful for getting quality sleep, and try some. Try some different stacks. Try stacking different sleepy herbs together. See which ones work the best for you and leave you feeling great the next day. Okay? That's my 2 cents. Much love. Hey, Nether. This is Q-Meister. What kind of results and adaptations would you expect from doing a high-frequency, 5 to 7 days a week routine that involves naturalistic movements such as tree branch pull-ups, carrying things on uneven ground, throwing things, etc.? This is kind of a broad question that has a lot of variables, and I understand if you don't have a specific answer to it. Much love. Okay, Q-Meister. Well, what I would expect from that is a very functional athletic body. It would look very natural. Kind of like the physique that guy that played Tarzan. That's what comes to mind. The most recent actor, that tall guy that played Tarzan, when I saw his physique, it was funny. Whoever I was watching the movie with was like, oh, he should be more muscular than that. And I thought, no, not really. He looks realistic. He looks functional. He looks like a guy who climbs around and hikes around and runs around and jumps around and is very active physically overall. His body looks very functional. So I would expect something similar, a very functional, natural, healthy-looking physique from stuff like that. Hopefully that helps. Much love. Q-Meister. Next question. Any funky, fresh, crazy ideas to cure full-body joint popping, cracking, and aching? I've got hypermobility in most joints and a family history of weak joints. I gotta recommend the Nether Better Upgrade, man, to strengthen all your skeletal structures. You may always be a highly flexible person, and I know that's weird. I'm that way only in my fingers. My entire body is very stiff jointed, but my fingers are loose jointed, dislocate easy, and they're thin and bony compared to the rest of my body. So, for example, doing push-ups on fingers is actually dangerous for me. I can pop and dislocate them because they're so loose jointed. So, it's just one of those things. You may always have loose joints, but you can definitely strengthen and enhance all your connective tissues a lot. And also activities that involve strengthening the muscles gives you more control, because if the muscle's strong enough to hold that joint tight so it doesn't overstretch, that gives you that support and protection. So keep building up your muscles and your strength. If you want to improve your entire skeletal system, Nether Better Upgrade, man. I know it works, and I don't know about anything else out there because I haven't heard many testimonials of anybody being able to upgrade their skeleton the way I have. So that's what I recommend. Much love, man. I used to have a lot of popping and cracking, sore joints and tendons and all kinds of shit holding me back, and now they're perfect no matter what I lift. And I'm shared all my methods of how I've done this in that manual. Much love. Next question. Jack Dempsey. Right on, man. Let's throw some blows, Jack Dempsey. You can catch me with that left hook and give me an out-of-body experience, huh? Yeah! I will uppercut you 5 feet in the air, man. Why am I talking all this shit? Was Jack Dempsey even a boxer? I can't remember. Hopefully I didn't just go completely loopy. Okay, here's your question. Hey Nether, any tips on how to stop acne and blackheads from occurring? Well, fuck yeah, you need to clean the whole inside of your body and your lymph system and your organs. That's how you stop that. That's how you do it right. I mean, there's topical treatments that can reduce it, but they're not helping the health conditions inside your body that are causing it. This is why, guys, I don't include a lot of topical stuff, or really, I don't know if I included anything topical in the Nether Better Upgrade manual, because of what I noticed about human nature. When you give them a cheap, easy, quick fix like that, they don't go to the root of the problem and actually solve it. I'm all about solving things from the deepest point on the inside, so that when your external health, like your skin and hair, show the benefits, you know you've done deep cleaning and improvements to your body. I'd say it's moderate compared to some. It seems it will never completely go. I used to have it on my forehead, but that's been gone for about 1.5 years. Now it's on the jawline area, the traps and chest. I'm nearly 17. If that has anything to do with it, it does. Your high hormone changes that you're going through will cause the toxins in your body to interact and make more acne. I mean, it's very common. I had severe acne as a teenager. I was on medication for it. I look like a fucking pepperoni pizza or something, okay? So, I can understand. Any thoughts are much appreciated. Much love. Yes. Like I said, if you want to just try some topical thing to reduce it, the quick fix, cheap, lazy method, and I'm not against that. Use organic castor oil with some organic turmeric powder mixed in. Beware, it'll stain anything it touches, but it's super good for your skin cleansing and health, okay? Mix the two till the consistency is just right for wiping it on and it doesn't drip off. But it's also not so thick that it's like trying to cake dirt on your face, okay? As far as mixing the organic castor oil and the organic turmeric powder, that's what I'm saying. Just go by texture, mix it till it makes a nice paste that you can rub on the area and it sticks on. It's not so runny it drips off. Okay? It's my recommendation for external. If you want to do it right and upgrade your whole body from the inside, Nether Better Upgrade Manual. 2 thumbs up. I 100% believe in that. Actually, more thumbs up if I had them. Much love, my friend. Clandestine. Oh, okay. You're just sharing something. Cool. Clandestine, if you want to share that video, you might want to post it on one of my more recent video uploads. Probably not best here on the Q&A question thread because people don't really come to this thread and look for links to watch. But if you post it on one of my most recent posts, even if it goes in my junk folder, I'll repost it so people can check out your video, okay? Much love, my friend. And that goes for any of you guys. You want to send a link of a video you made or something, go ahead. It may go in my junk folder at first, but when I check my junk folder, I'll repost it, guys. Okay? I'm totally okay with you guys spamming your activities on my page. We're all in this together. I'm not one of these assholes that takes offense to that. Okay, much love. Vitle Vele? I don't know. Yeah. Laugh it up, guys. Just a little comparison. You're like Batman. You're the superhero the government doesn't want, and you're both jacked. Hell yeah. I'm a lot like Batman. I'm definitely a night owl. I definitely live in a cave. And I talk like this. And the government definitely doesn't like me. I love Christian Bale. I don't know why he used that voice, but I think he's a great actor. Much love and thank you for the compliment, my friend. Your next question. Hey, Nether, I was just wondering what you use instead of home remedies for deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, body wash. This is good. If I answer this enough times on the Q&As, eventually people are going to be able to find this and stop asking this question over and over. Deodorant. Now, most of the time I don't use any because my body's clean enough now. I don't make enough of a smell that it almost ever matters. But there's days when I do. If I needed to be in a public place and for some reason that day I was smelling worse than normal, I just use salt water and a little bit of essential oils like peppermint, okay? Put a little bit of like peppermint essential oil, a little bit of salt water, just wipe it on the area, okay? Kills the germs, and when it soaks into your lymph system, in your major lymph glands in your armpit, it's healthy for you instead of murdering you like conventional deodorant. Shampoo, I use unprocessed apple cider vinegar. It cleans the pores so your hair grows better. It cleans out the junk and the grease and the hormone clogs and the hair mites and taking a shit in your hair follicles and any other trash, dead skin and all that. Cleans it all out really well so the circulation's good. And it even has a nice conditioning, shiny effect on your hair for the most part. 1,000 times better than any conditioner or shampoo that you buy, okay? I don't use conditioner because don't need to, for reasons just explained. Body wash. My wife just gets organic bars of soap with various awesome oils and ingredients from around the world, and I just go with whatever she gets. She's a lady, you know, she likes certain smells and textures on her skin and all that, and so I'm just happy with whatever she has in the shower when I go in there. And you can Google that and look around. There's many healthy, non-toxic, organic, awesome body washes out there these days, guys. You don't even have to engineer your own. You can Google that too, how to. Like I said, I'm all about healing and upgrading from the inside until it even shows on the surface. I'm not the expert on topical treatments, but I do know some very effective ones and I'm willing to share. It's just that I prioritize actually healing from the root of the inside because the benefits are 1,000-fold greater than just some superficial thing you can do to look slightly better on the outside. Your next question says, hey Nether, can you link your go-to cola diatomaceous earth, bee pollen, and other herbs and stuff you talk about? Yeah, man. All my stacks are all integrated together for synergistic multiplication of their effects in the Nether Better Upgrade Manual. Okay? That's one of the things contained in that manual. Next question that you have. What is the difference between diatomaceous earth and bentonite clay? If I understood what I've read right, they both work like swamp ships for toxins. Yeah, kind of a good description. They soak up the toxins. And this is all the common toxins that are fucking people up. Pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and drug residues and parasites and yeast and mold and fungus and viruses and radiation and all the common shit that's fucking everybody up. Both of those magnetize it going through your body. So as far as a detox, they're very similar. One difference I've noticed is that the diatomaceous earth, you will notice more hair growth, okay, and more skin softening because of the high silica content. But they're both very effective. I don't know which one's the all-star for detox. They're both very powerful. That's why I went ahead and included them both in the manual. Some people may like one more than the other. Ultimately, you can use both. You can even combine them on an empty stomach. I've done that. Just mix both in the same water and drink it. Since they both do something similar, you might as well. I do not recommend combining either of them with meals. Now, it won't hurt you if you do, but the reason I say that is because they're so sponge-like. Along with all the toxins, they will most likely absorb some of the nutrients from that meal too. So I don't tell people to put all your good supplements in the same drink with your diatomaceous earth or your healing clay. Use those on an empty stomach just to suck junk out. Take your supplements separately, okay? Your other supplements. All right? Much love. Next question. Hey, Nether. This is ZX Subliminals. Check out ZX Subliminals, guys. It's exciting. Hey, Nether. What do you do to wash your clothes and cleanse the house with vacuums and bleaching and stuff are toxic, as well as softening sheets? Any alternatives to washing clothing the best way, natural way? Yeah, I found out a long time ago that normal detergent gave me horrible rashes and was just poisoning me right where it counts, as it does to most people. Another way to wreck your balls and have no testosterone production, putting chemicals right into them. So I stopped using detergent, and what we found since then, a few things that work well. Now, there are very healthy organic detergents that you can get at like a health food store. They're a little bit expensive, but they're awesome. But if you want to go a cheaper method that's very effective for cleaning things, you can get vinegar, and you don't get the raw apple cider vinegar that I recommend for consuming for health and washing your hair with. Get the refined vinegar, the pure clear vinegar, okay? It works well for cleaning clothes. Now, the smell of it, if you hate vinegar, that little bit of smell residue might be on some of your clothes. So something you can do is you can throw in some essential oils with it. What else? My wife has come up with a few homemade things, but that's the only one I remember off the top of my head. You can use... Oh, yeah. No, not food-grade hydrogen peroxide. You could use that on pure white clothing, but it will lighten the colors on colored stuff, so I'm not going to recommend that. But that pure clear vinegar, you can get it at like Costco in big old jugs for a really good price. Pour about... In a big-ass load of laundry, I pour about... if I had a cup about this big around, about 3 inches around, and about this deep, that's for a huge-ass load of laundry. You could probably use half that for a more normal load of laundry. That's how I do it, all right? And for around the house, you can clean anything with food-grade hydrogen peroxide. Kills all the germs, and it's completely non-toxic to humans. Whereas the chemical cleaning agents sold that women all over the planet are cleaning their house and their kids are crawling around licking it up and shit has been shown to shorten lives more than any other career that's out there. That shit kills you, okay? There's perfectly healthy, perfectly affordable alternatives. Spread the word, guys. Save lives. Much love. Next question. Proctor. Hey, Nether! This is a metaphysical question. Have you read about tulpas? I know what they are. Somebody told me what that word means. It's creating a second personality inside you which can have different interests than you have. Any thoughts on that? Have you ever tried it yourself? Much love and health to you. Proctor, this subject goes so deep and so far out that people would unsubscribe from this channel. Ask this question on my other channel. It's called... What the hell is it called? Cosmic Pathfinder Channeling. Okay? This is perfect content for over there. But to really give you a deep answer to this, it's going to be too far out for this channel, okay? So I recommend that. Much love, my friend. Shades MN. What is the best thing to start with in the Nether Better Upgrade Manual in terms of upgrading my health and vitality? Also, I've heard you talk a lot about diatomaceous earth. What exactly does that do? Okay, if you got the manual and you're just sort of overwhelmed looking at all the things in it, if you just want to do two little simple things, okay, to start noticing results, I'd recommend get yourself the iodine and get yourself the methyl B12. They're both really easy to take, and it's really easy to start noticing results just from those. And those two supplements are rampantly deficient, so I can 99.999999% guarantee you're going to notice real benefits just from starting those two things, okay? Diatomaceous earth, I've explained many times, it sucks every toxin out of the body and it delivers a lot of healthy silica, which improves your circulation, your connective tissues, bones, joints, tendons, hair, skin, digestive tract, digestion. Those are the basics. It does more, but those are the basics that a lot of people have noticed mad benefits, okay? Much love. Next question. R100. Have you ever tried DMT? If so, what has your experience been like with it? No, my friend, I have not tried man-made DMT. I would if somebody sent me some. Oh, I didn't say that. Not if it's illegal. I would never do that. But here's the deal, bro. Your lungs create DMT. And I'm a shaman, okay? I have a whole other business and stuff, things that I do. And I do shamanic power breathing, and I get my DMT so high that I come partway out of my body just doing those breathing exercises. Again, check out the channeling channel I just recommended a minute ago, Cosmic Pathfinder Channeling. You can witness some of the things that occur when I do this, okay? Some of the connections that are made, so to speak. And I'm not going to go any further because, you know, ass clowns will just try to use that to discredit this channel, and you guys are getting too many benefits for me to let that happen. So, much love, but if you're interested in that rabbit hole, check out my really woo-woo channel. Much love. MD Media. Hey Nether, I heard you mention activated charcoal and diatomaceous earth numerous times for their similar benefits. I have some food-grade charcoal I got as a gift for whitening my teeth. Should I consume it or buy some food-grade diatomaceous earth instead? I don't know which is better. Okay. Also says read more. Also, when would the best time be to consume these? Many thanks. Keep fighting the good fight. Will do, my friend. All right, MD Media. Yes, you can consume the charcoal. It's a very good cleanser for the body. And in fact, out of the charcoal, the diatomaceous earth, and the bentonite clay, I've noticed that when I accidentally gave myself like food poisoning, the activated charcoal did the quickest job of stopping that suffering and deactivating whatever was going on in my gut. It really sucks up nasty shit fast. It's a great cleanser. It doesn't give you as much nutrition as the diatomaceous earth, but I think it's an even more fast-acting cleanser. All these things are highly valuable. Any one of those three is great, and a person could use just one if they find a preference. Or you can cycle between all three. Use one for a while, use the other for a while, use another for a while. They're all very similar as far as detox, but they have different nutritional benefits, so you can't go wrong with any of them. But just so you know, yes, you can consume that. It's great for cleansing the inside of the body. As far as best time to consume any of those three things, consume it on an empty stomach with plenty of water. Okay? Much love. Next question. Pujaso ASD. How would you train for progressing on weighted pull-ups? Frequency, exercise selection for weak points. Me, I keep things like that super simple when I have a basic project I'm progressing on. I would get up on a chair and do heavy overloaded negatives on weighted pull-ups, and I do it. I don't know your personal recovery, so I'm just going to throw out an average. About once a week, okay? And that should be plenty to give you progression. I wouldn't overdo it on those negatives, okay? If you do it too often, you're just going to be too tore up. Your nervous system's going to be not at its best, and you're not going to be at your strongest. So I'd say do a heavy overload negatives workout, and then wait a week, and do it again. And as long as you're getting progression, you know you're not overtraining, okay? Much love. Next question. Hermie Munster Fitness. Hey, Nether, have you tried red rooibos tea? What's your opinion? Yes, I have. I've drank it in the past for cleansing and health. I can't say that I really noticed a different feeling or anything. It's not one of those ones where I really noticed something obvious. But I believe in it from my research. I believe in it enough to drink it when I have some. Absolutely. Much love, my friend. Next question. Malik Abdul Aziz. Hey, Nether. What is your opinion on organic inulin powder for extra fiber? Thanks, sir. I do not know, Malik, because my idea about fiber is eat your vegetables. That's truly healthy fiber for humans. And there are disadvantages to overdoing fiber. There's products sold out there that scrape and damage the gut lining because they're just overkill. That's too intense of fiber for humans. So I don't know what that product is for sure, and maybe it's fine, and maybe you know a lot more than I do. And if you want to link some info on this thread, that'd be great for everybody to check out. But no, I don't know about that personally. I just know that if humans eat their vegetables and plenty of them, you got the healthy kind of fiber that's very nice to the human digestive tract. Okay, both raw and cooked vegetables and plenty of them, because most people should be basing most of their diet around that anyway. So it just works out right. Much love. Next question. Amani. Hey, Nether. Would you know any ways to prevent age-related shrinkage, atrophy of the thymus gland, or rejuvenate the thymus gland? Thanks. Yeah, take thymus glandulars. Look into glandulars and take thymus glandulars. There's a few products out there, like Thymus Skin, I think it's called, that's supposed to regenerate your thymus. But I don't know if that works. But I know that the history of glandulars has shown to be quite effective. So look up glandulars and look up thymus glandulars, okay? And learn all about glandulars and how that works. Much love, my friend. Clen Jones, Q&A question here. How you doing, Nether? I'm good, Clen. I hope you're doing good too, my friend. I have a friend, really a friend, who has been dealing with OCD. It's quite fierce and has taken over his life to a large degree. Can you recommend anything, be it nutrition, exercise, physical and mental, etc., to try to combat this? He's been dealing with it since his junior year of school. Much love, Blaha Slayer. Yes, I can slay that potato anytime. There's many things that could help, and the thing about OCD, it's a strong tendency. Usually a person comes into this life and they already have that. I have some OCD, and I have members in my family that it's a lot stronger. What I've noticed is you can't get somebody like that to help themselves unless they're brave enough to make the effort. He needs internal work. He needs to change his beliefs. OCD basically comes from fear. It's the need to over-control everything, and you get obsessed with meaningless details like a weird robot and just start going in a circle. Because deep down inside, he's too stressed about too many things, too many negative beliefs that hinder his reality. So this is one of those ones that requires a consciousness rewrite, which requires serious self-work, and only people that really prioritize that can achieve that. It's not even something you can do for him. It's something he has to do for himself. But yes, nutritionally, I mean, everything in the Nether Better upgrade, if this person was willing to apply those things, they would notice that when your health in your mind and body drastically improves, you get a bunch of parasites and bullshit out, the clarity of your real mind, who you really are, like your spirit or your soul, if you want to call it that, a lot more of that comes through a lot easier, and you can understand a bigger picture and get some wisdom straight from the source, what they call gnosis. So you can approach this from either way. You can start with the mental, emotional side and doing the internal self-work, or you can start with the nutritional side, and either one's going to help. But for most people that are stuck in a consciousness conundrum, it's probably going to be easier if you drastically improve their physical health first, because when your vitality's high and your hormone chemistry in your brain is really good, it's easy to believe that you can achieve something and do it, which makes it easy to manifest. Whereas when you feel like shit and you feel like you can't do it, it's very damn difficult to manifest anything. So either approach will help, you know. But this depends a lot on that individual, whether they even realize that it would really behoove them to change their consciousness in life. They have to care enough to prioritize that instead of keeping themselves distracted with meaningless routines. I've seen people with OCD go through their whole life just keeping themselves busy with obsessive bullshit, so they never have to look up and examine the bigger picture. So I know there's a fear here, and there's a person who doesn't want to see too much because they have scary beliefs inside that they haven't processed, and they don't even know they have, that's controlling their reality. So all that's tied together, and any which way they approach it can help. But as much as you care about this person, you can't do it for them, you know. You can share ideas and be an example and be a light, but you know, it's going to have to get to the point where they understand that that's a priority to them, to help themselves with this, to rewrite their consciousness so they can have a bigger, more expanded life and not just be like a rat running in a circle in a maze all day, you know? Much love, my friend. Quasar, hey Nether, do you think creatine should be supplemented in a full vegan diet? I wouldn't say it should, Quasar. Now granted, athletically, most vegans notice that they do get more gains from creatine than non-vegans, just because their body's a little more lacking in creatine usually. All that being said, my kidneys don't like creatine, so I don't go around recommending it. People, I'm kind of neutral on the issue. I just tell people, hey, make your own choice on creatine. It definitely has anabolic effects for most who take it. I was a super responder. When I took creatine, I'd gain like 20 pounds and keep like 15 of it. It was crazy. But my kidneys also would get kidney stones and shit. So I stopped. So it's really up to you. It will be a nutritional boost in a sense when you're on a vegan diet, but it also adds kidney stress. So I don't recommend it. I stay neutral and I leave that up to your own free will to make that decision, okay? You have another question to articulate in an in-depth one. How can we, human, benefit from 15 milligrams of K2 when it's so far from what we can assume even eating as much greens as possible? Well, first of all, K2 isn't even from greens, okay? K1 comes from greens. K2 comes from like grass-fed animals and organs and stuff like that. So back in the hunter-gatherer days, if you made a kill on a healthy animal and ate a bunch of organs and stuff, you would be taking a huge dose of vitamin K2. And this is one of the reasons those guys had much bigger, stronger skeletons. And you can see in history when humans went agricultural, they had much smaller, weaker skeletons and tooth decay and all that, okay? So just, think about that. We have to take in consideration the 50 milligram formula is based on MK4, which is the lowest valuable source, lasting in your body only 6 hours. That's true. It has a short window, but don't think that that doesn't work. There's a lot of things that even a natural pulse like that has a major effect. It's not like all nutrients you need it to be active 24 hours a day. A big hit like that, a K2, makes a massive difference of improvements in your body. I'm speaking from experience. It took all my arthritic deposits out of my joints and improved my circulation when I added the high dose K2 into my life, okay? And that means it took shit out of my veins and heart and brain, the same as it took it out of my joints, okay? All those places calcium and plaque builds up that kills people. This is what this is for. Taking a lower dose of MK7 would last for 2 to 3 days, so it's true that the doses are lower, but the lifespan is also longer, and it's supposedly more active overall. Some say MK7 can back up for MK4 and vitamin K when they are not available, and that's why it lasts longer. But if true, then all that MK4 wasn't necessary in the first place. Thanks as always. Yeah, it's not necessary. Just for health, you can take a low dose of MK7. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The reason in my manual I have the high dose MK4 is because it's anabolic, guys. Not only does it get all the junk out of your joints and your circulation in your brain, when you combine it with the high dose vitamin D3 and the magnesium, I'm just going to use those three for their synergy. It's actually synergistic with everything else in the manual, but just that combination, just high dose D3 and K2 and magnesium, it's very anabolic and healthy, okay? And I'm talking about upgrading people here. This is not the government nutrition program that prescribes the bare minimum of what you need to survive on, just so you can be alive but weak. What I have in this manual is dosages of things I've experimented with that upgraded me as an athlete and a person, okay? Hence the higher dosages. You guys want anabolic effects and not just minimal health? That's why some of these supplements I got higher dosages, okay? Also, people that have taken the high dose K4, literally the same product I recommend, as adults have had jaw and facial reconstruction and growth and full development. People that had little wimpy jaws, they finally developed their full jaw. They got room to grow their wisdom teeth in. So this product does work, okay? People can debate forever which form's the best. I'm just giving you something that works and kicks ass and gets shit done, okay? Much love, my friend. Next question. Eric Chalin. I took your advice on joining a jiu-jitsu grappling club near me, and I've taken 2 classes and I'm getting whooped. Yeah, that's normal. Don't worry. I know it's a long-run thing for improvement, but what are some of the best tips for getting better at rolling and submissions and all that? One of my best tips is every time somebody taps you out, ask them, politely, to show you how to defend against that. Because trust me, all your instincts are wrong. You're helping them choke you out right now, okay? You're using your own strength just to choke yourself out. Because your natural body's instincts are all backwards for what you actually have to do to defend some of these submissions. So my advice to you is anytime somebody's rolling with you and they tap you out, ask them respectfully if they'd mind showing you how you're supposed to defend that submission. And then have them attempt that submission on you again and practice if they will. So you can practice getting out of it, okay? That's how you get way better. That's how you learn what you need to learn. I'm tall and lanky, 6'4", and not insanely strong, but stronger than others in the club. But I realize strength isn't everything. Yeah, trust me. A real fighter, an amateur female fighter can choke out the biggest motherfucker you ever seen in real life, okay? What it takes to actually be a skilled fighter puts you in a completely different fucking universe than anybody just big. Tips on grappling and submissions and exercise for grip and flexibility would be great. May the force be with you, dude. Thanks, Eric. You too. So basic tips, just some basic things, and I don't know if you're covering this yet, but do your bridging to strengthen your neck and core and learn how to bend your core all directions stronger so you can fight like a snake with your core on the ground. You have strength in all directions when you're grappling with people. And you need neck stability so you don't get injured there, since everybody's trying to tear your head off in jiu-jitsu half the time. What else? You know, most of the videos on my channel I go over why I prefer this exercise. It's got more athletic benefits, and this directly correlates. So pretty much most of the functional exercises I show on this channel are all relevant. Now you're asking about grip. For grip, grab a fat bar about the size of somebody's wrist, or a normal bar and load it heavy, but to be real specific, get something bigger, about like somebody's wrist, and load it up and just pick up what you can hold barely for a few seconds. And each week do that once and just hold it as long as you can. And you'll notice, even by doing that once a week, you'll get to where you can hold it for a lot more seconds and a lot more and a lot more, and your grip will become a lot stronger just from that basic activity. And it very much is similar to just how hard can you squeeze on somebody's wrist, right? Very specific. Flexibility, do your stretches when you're pumped, okay? Because whatever muscles you're working, when they're hot, they're more flexible and they're swollen, so when you stretch on them, it will force more of an elongation and a stretching to the fascia around the muscle, which will allow two things. It will allow you to become more flexible, and it will allow you to grow more muscle, okay? Much love, moving on. Next question, neck curls. Much love, Nether, and thanks for these Q&A videos. Thank you, friend. Much love to you. Do you think I could maintain and gain neck size and strength if I only did neck planks and manual resistance curls and extensions? Well, sure you can, man. Like the Boogs would say, it's all about the intensity, right? You put enough intensity into it, you're going to get gains, absolutely. So, yes, you can do that. Number 2, I want to get unbreakable grit strength. Well, listen to the answer I gave the last guy. Once a week, pick up a rack pull, minimum range of motion, and just hold a heavy rack pull with your hands. Double overhand grip as long as you can. Time it. A week later, time it again. And as long as you're progressing, then your weekly training session is working just right, okay? And your grip will get way stronger. I went from like a 600 grip to 1,000 grip in like 6 months of just doing that. And I wasn't even doing it once a week. I was doing it like 3 times a month. I would just hold the heaviest thing I could for a few seconds. It made a huge difference, okay? Didn't even gain that much forearm size, but my grip got like way the fuck better, you know? Practically doubled. So, like I say, guys, very specific and straight to the point and simple when it comes to getting stronger at a specific thing. People overcomplicate the shit out of it, but you just want to be able to grip better. Practice that, and you will. Your next question says, how could one build insane cardiovascular stamina and endurance? Using the MMA circuit training in my Nether Better Upgrade manual, my friend. And for any of you that don't have the MMA circuit in your Nether Better Upgrade manual, send me a receipt of your purchase and I'll send you the most updated manual that has that and some other additions, okay? Much love. But yeah, you'll get the most badass fucking cardio and overall conditioning, muscular endurance, and everything from that. Okay, much love. Next question. Kjeld Postma. Do you have any tips for the front lever? Here's a video example. The front lever is at 1 minute 30. I think I remember what the front lever is off the top of my head. I'm not quite flexible to do it very well, although I should probably work at that and demonstrate it. But I don't have tips because I haven't. I think I can do it. If I remember, I think I tried it before. Not very good, because like I say, I can't fold my legs good enough. And if I remember right, Wait a minute. What's a front lever? Let me just watch this clip before I make a damn fool out of myself. Bear with me, guys. Couple minutes here so I can scan forward to this. Oh, I see. It's the one where you're hanging and you're lift. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're going to need some strong lats and a strong core so that you can pull from the middle of your body and balance it and do a row that way. Wait a minute. You said at 130. Let me make sure I got the right exercise here. No, at 130 I just see a guy doing dips. There it is. Oh, where you just hang. Yeah, obviously if your core's strong enough to hold straight like that, you're just going to need strong enough lats that you can push down with your arms this way hard enough to hold yourself like that. So for all the muscles it's challenging, it looks to me like the lats are going to be the main thing that you're going to need to be strong enough. Strengthen your lats, my friend, to keep the answer basic and simple. Okay. We scroll back down to where I was and try to pick up this trail here. Okay, next question. Absbixer1. My forearms are really lagging. What can I do to get them bigger? I'm already doing weighted chins and one-arm pull-ups. I only have a pull-up bar, rings, and a barbell. Hope you're good. I'm good, friend. Thanks. Did you watch my recent Tiger training for forearms videos? If you did, apply it. Use it every day for a couple months and see what happens, okay? Much love. Next question. Would one-arm chin-ups, and this is you again, Absberxer1, would one-arm chin-ups, planche push-ups, and handstand push-ups have you covered in terms of upper body? One-arm push-ups, planche push-ups, handstand push-ups. No, man. You're going to have so bad of internal rotation, you're going to look like one of these gym bros that only ever bench press, and you're going to just lead to injury down the line. You're not doing anything on the back side of your upper body. All of that is front side, man. That's one of the big mistakes most people make. In my opinion, and you know, Alex's opinion from Alpha Destiny, emphasize the backside more than the front. In fact, my basic formula I tell most people to aim for at this point, 2/3 of your upper body energy and training should be more focused on the backside, and only 1/3 should be focused on the front side. I believe if bodybuilders went by that formula, you'd see way better, bigger bodies, especially the back, and a lot less injuries and a lot more functional strength over time, okay? But you're not covering your back with any of that. That's all just presses, okay? What are some unconventional training splits you've used? Dude, I've used every unconventional training split, and pretty much every time I train, it's a different unconventional training split. So I could never list all that. But if you'd like to see 6 awesome custom programs and a hell of a lot more, get yourself the Nether Better Upgrade Manual and start shocking your muscles into all new gains and upgrading your body to where it can handle recovery and gains 2, 3, 4, 5 times better than it ever did before. All right? Much love. How do I say this name? Guilherme Radal. Guilherme Radal. I've acquired the upgrade manual and I'm pretty pleased with the content. You're definitely a free thinker. Unfortunately, in my country, minerals and powdered herbs are pretty expensive and I can't afford the whole stack. What would you say are the big 4 substances in the manual for overall vitality and neuro improvement? Okay. Since you threw neuro improvement in there, that helps me narrow down which 4 to tell you. That's cool. So I'd say get the iodine, get the methyl B12, get the Mucuna pruriens, and now coffee enemas would be a huge upgrade to mind, but if you're not open to that, sunflower lecithin, okay, specifically aimed for overall neural improvements and general health. Out of 4 items, that's what I'd recommend out of the manual, okay? Much love. Hello, Nether Beast. This is letters I can't even pronounce. They're from another country. It's like Hunkona Knugknob or something. Hey, Nether. My name is Nicola, and I'm trying the Transcendent method of training for a week now. So I do it as a split. Monday, back, rack pulls. Tuesday, legs and chest. Squats and nether chest shrugs. Wednesday, biceps and triceps, preacher curl and tricep pushdown, V-bar attachment. Thursday, shoulders, lateral raises and front raises. Friday, neck and calves, lying face up, neck, plate resistance, and standing calf raises. I'm 18 years old, I eat only plant-based foods, and I'm on a calorie surplus. Not a lot of stress involved for me now, and I'm sleeping 6 to 7 hours every day, some days more. Do you think the volume is too much, and will it be okay if I continue to do it like this? Also, I'm curious to know if I can include some heavy-ass weight sessions. Well, Nicola, you got to check to see if you're achieving progressive overload. That's how you know. It's very simple. If you're able to do more weight on the same lifts, or if you're able to do more reps, or if you're able to do the whole same workout in less time, you know that you're achieving progressive overload, which means you're not overtrained. But if you're not able to increase your performance, then you're not progressively advancing, which means you're not making progress, so you are overtraining. So you just got to test that for yourself, man. And that's how you know. If you don't understand basic progressive overload methodology, or what that means, how to check for progressive overload, or how to check for your progress, basically, just Google it. I explained it, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying, okay? You can get some heavyweight sessions in there, sure. But just, keep track of your progressive overload. And in fact, going on a heavy max is actually a good way to check this. A lot of times I'll do a single rep max on something before I start my bodybuilding volume type sets for the day. And that shows you where you're at. If you're going up on your 1 rep max on various things, you know you're not overtraining because you're getting stronger. Okay? So test it for yourself, man. And if you're not able to be progressing, you know you're overtraining and your recovery is not strong enough to keep up with how hard you're training. Much love. Antsice or something. Hey Nether, your channel has given me a lot of information. I'm definitely going to apply them in my life, so thank you for that. Absolutely, my friend. You have a question here. 2 questions. Any remedies for a receding hairline? Is castor oil enough? It should be for most. It'll help. Now there's many other things that can help, and hair loss is not some simple one thing, or they'd already have a good solution for it, and they don't. Because it's not caused by the same thing on each person. Believe it or not, sometimes spinal misalignment and impingement of certain nerves in your spine causes certain glands in your body to not work right, so you can't grow hair worth a shit, or you lose it. Thyroid dysfunction, which is rampant in society, can cause hair loss. Obviously male hormones, but you got to understand, guys, male hormones in and of themselves don't destroy hair. Because nature didn't design guys to all be bald. You can have high male hormones and have all your hair if your immune system is working right. When people lose their hair from male pattern hair loss, as it's called, it's because your immune system is attacking the male androgens that are attached to your hair follicles. It's an autoimmune disorder, just like a lot of more serious autoimmune diseases. So correcting the entire body so the immune system works with balance can make your hair come back. It's not one of these things where one little easy pill or supplement fixes this for most people. It requires true health and vitality improvements for most people. But the castor oil can definitely help, because castor oil will make peach fuzz grow into mature hairs if you keep putting it on consistently. It'll definitely help. Question number 2. When I come back from training sessions, the soreness has gone away, but I feel weaker. Should I rest or push through it and work out the best I can? Well, when you say you feel weaker, that's one thing. Test it. Are you actually weaker? Again, progressive overload. Can you do the same weight you did last time and throw an extra rep on there? Or can you do a little more weight with the same reps? Or can you do the whole workout in slightly less time? If you can do that, you're progressing and you're not overtrained. If you can't do that, you are overtrained. It's that simple, okay? Add rest or add vitality if you're overtrained. Another better upgrade manual for the vitality. Because I don't know about you guys, but just sitting around and resting for weeks at a time, it's hard for me. So I decided to go ahead and just increase my vitality drastically, which has taken a long time to put it together, but it works. Now I can train every day. Much love. Next question. The unknown. Hey Nether, what were the biggest benefits you noticed from taking GoTo Cola? How long does it usually take for the benefits of supplements to be noticed? Dude, it entirely depends on the supplement. Every supplement's an entirely different thing. With Go-To Cola, I noticed benefits right away. But because it's a tonic herb and it's a consciousness, this herb is a consciousness enhancer. If you take it consistently for a couple years, you'll be like an enlightened person compared to who you are now. Not to mention the improvements to connective tissues and health all over your body. So that's the biggest benefit. I don't want to get too woo-woo and scare anybody, but yeah, major consciousness upgrades. Your next question, best way to lose love handles? Well, internal cleansing is really the best way. Stubborn fat deposits show toxicity. As far as a topical treatment, I'll throw this out there again. Organic castor oil helps, even by itself. I've had good reviews I'm getting by email for people that their pants don't even fit because they lost their whole gut and hips and love handles and everything just rubbing organic castor oil into those areas every day. So I'd advise that. If you want to add to the effect a little bit, mix organic turmeric powder. Just remember it's a pain in the ass because it stains everything yellow. So that's my answer. Much love. Now, if you want to really correct the problem, do it from the inside. Get another better upgrade manual. Okay? Fix your body from the deepest point. Upgrade it. Have you ever met a subscriber? So far, I've only met subscribers who I knew before they were subscribers on this channel, okay? So as far as I know, I haven't run into... I mean, I may have seen somebody out there in the world that's a subscriber to this channel, but nobody's recognized me yet and approached me that way, okay? Not yet. Much love. Next question. If you could only have one supplement for your bones and joints, what would it be? In my case, vitamin K2, but I don't necessarily believe that that would be the single best for everybody. But for me it would, because it really got the arthritic buildup of calcium out of my joints and out of my blood vessels and all that shit. So for me, since I have a tendency towards calcifications, I find that the high dose of vitamin K2 is amazing, the benefits I get. But for someone else, it might be the diatomaceous earth. It might be the magnesium for a lot of people. So depends what you're most deficient in. Each person, what's going to benefit them the most can be a little bit different. But that's my answer, because you asked me what helped me the most. Then again, guys, the synergy of combining these things is what matters. That's what amplifies the effects of all of them. Next question, Mark Spider. Hey Nether, how do you fix scapula imbalance? If I place my arm behind my back, one blade sticks out more than the other. Thanks, we need more ape training videos. Okay. You know, I would need to be able to look at your back or have somebody describe whether it's a muscle imbalance. Do you just have more muscle on one side? Or do you have the same amount of muscle and for some reason your bones are all positioned different? You know, because I don't know if you have a bit of scoliosis or maybe you've carried or done some activity on one side so repetitively in your life that it's just got your posture way out of balance. It could be something as simple as that, but it could be a muscle imbalance. You may have a hump of muscle on one side that's pushing out the shoulder blade further than the other side. So I would need to know more about that. If it's a muscle imbalance, you just work the weak side and build it up to match. If it's a skeletal imbalance, you need postural correction. You need to figure out what caused it. If there's some activity where you always carry something on the same side or you always use your same hand for the same thing all day, it could be something along those lines. And all you got to do to fix that is switch to the other hand. Teach yourself to do that same activity with the other hand, and over the course of the next couple of years, you'll balance it back out, okay? But without knowing more about a description of this imbalance, you know, I can't say a lot more. Much love, my friend. Next question. CJSS5. Can you give us your daily routine of eating, your food combinations, what you eat and when you take your supplements? Trying to get inspiration for some recipes with the food combinations. Guys, a lot of people ask me for food combinations. I am the worst guy in the world for recipes because I eat like a fucking soldier. I never eat for pleasure, okay? People that know me think I'm really fucking weird for that reason. So I don't have nice recipes, okay? My wife can do nice recipes, and I certainly like eating that stuff, but me, I just eat for function. I just eat for what I'm building out of it, and I usually eat in a hurry because 20 plus hours a day I'm doing every fucking thing I can to help this world as much as I can. I don't even slow down to eat. That's kind of sad, and I'm not recommending it, but that's my reality. So for me, I am not the guy to ask for nice recipes, unfortunately. And furthermore, as far as my food combinations, my metabolism is so different from the majority of people. I don't want to teach my food combinations because it's really irrelevant and would do more harm than good to most people. So what I do is I give basic food combination principles as parameters for you to design your own diet within that. Because emulating me, nobody likes it. The few people I've ever shared my diet with, they could barely choke it down for a couple days before they were complaining to me about, why don't you make this taste better? So I'm not the guy for that, guys. I can teach you about food combination science. I can share with you about, how to do the health aspects of it. But as far as making your own meals that you like, you got to figure that out, okay? And the thing is, there's many great food channels out there. If you know the basic diet parameters you're in, go look up some of these food channels and all their awesome recipes, guys. I am no Martha Stewart or whatever, okay? So I can give you the guidelines on health as far as food combinations, but as far as having fun with tasty food, you definitely want to look at somebody who specializes in that, because I definitely don't. Like I say, I just eat like a fucking soldier, okay? Okay, much love. Next question. Adam Honang Kwong. Hey, Nether. Do you think that low glycemic index fruits or vegetables could help prevent glucose spikes when taking refined sugar or sweetened products, just as blueberries have been shown to stop glucose spikes when eating porridge? Curious to know, as preventing glucose spikes supposedly will stop the candida yeast from being fed. Much love. Well, here's the thing, Adam. It may reduce the glucose spike, and that's a positive impact. But refined sugar itself, even if it doesn't spike your glucose, that shit is toxic to your body. It doesn't have any of the minerals or vitamins that make sugar work right, hence fruit. Refined sugar is one of the most toxic things on this planet. So even if you combine it with a bunch of something so it doesn't spike your blood glucose, it's still glycating and damaging parts of your body, and it still feeds candida, okay? Because you're putting it in your body where it's going to feed the candida. So it's great if you don't spike your blood glucose, because that does more harm and damage. But there's just no, to be honest with you, if you care about health, there is no fucking justifiable excuse to eat refined sugar. I know that's a little harsh because people are addicted as fuck and they have no idea how overpowered their own willpower is against refined sugar. But I'm speaking the truth to you because I care about you, okay? Now, if you still eat refined sugar, I'm not going to love you any less, man. I'm just saying that if you actually care about your health and well-being, refined sugar, let me make the list of the first three things that a person would do well to eliminate: refined sugar, gluten, and dairy. Now, there are a small percentage of people that do okay with dairy, especially in countries where they actually have quality dairy instead of the pus-filled antibiotic bucket of shit they sell in these supposedly civilized countries. But everybody on this planet would do a hell of a lot better to never consume one fucking iota of refined sugar ever again. And I know it's shoved in every product on the shelves out there. That's why you got to read labels. If you actually read the pounds and the tons of refined sugar that the average American, say, eats every year, it's fucking disturbing. I don't even know how you guys live through that shit for 1 year. So anyway, that's my stance and my truth, and I believe in it strongly. And everybody I've ever seen who found the willpower to eliminate the biggest weakness from their life, it began a journey of them becoming empowered and then becoming healthy and awake and alive enough and conscious enough to actually progress, okay, on their personal path. So, much love. That's my answer. Your next question says, Yo Nether, if you could eat more grains, would you just stick to rice and quinoa and buckwheat? Now, quinoa is not a grain, so I can't eat it. It's part of a plant related to spinach. It's a vegetable. So quinoa I can eat, and it's nice. For people that don't tolerate grains, but you want something to kind of fill that hole, look into organic quinoa. Great food. So it says I have cut out gluten currently, and I'm curious on your thoughts of oats containing avenin and corn containing corn gluten. Much love. Yeah, let's see. If I could eat grains, I'd probably enjoy a nice variety of them, yeah. I'd still stay away from gluten. I'd eat gluten-free grains, but I'd try a lot of varieties. Now, you're saying oats have avenin. Here's the thing I've noticed. Some people digest oats well and some don't. If it irritates your gut, that's a sign of inflammation. That's a sign there's something in it your body does not like. So to be truly kind for your body, anything that causes gut inflammation, it's not really genetically right for you, okay? That's the easiest way to know. Let your body tell you. Now corn, having corn gluten, I don't really know about that, but I know corn itself causes inflammation and sugar spikes in a lot of people. People can't even decide if corn's a vegetable or a fruit or grain or what the hell it is. I'm kind of thinking that man has sort of hybridized and genetically altered corn to the point where it's starting to be more harmful for a lot of people than it is good. So your guess is as good as mine on that, but I have drastically reduced the amount of corn I ever eat to almost nothing. And I used to kind of eat a lot of it. So that tells you where my instincts are in corn. I don't fully trust it. Something's been genetically modified in corn that's making it not as healthy as it's claimed to be. So that's my 2 cents. I don't really have much more to say. Much love, friend. I am Clay. Hey, I feel pain in my spinal erectors when rotating my torso while keeping my lower body still. I feel it may be something directed to SI joint or SL joint. Any advices how to get rid of the pain? I often hear my back crack while hanging from pull-up bar. I don't know if it's something I should worry about. Thanks. No, don't worry. Worry makes everything worse. Worry's not helpful. Don't bother worrying. Worry just begets more worry and you become a worry addict. And then your whole life is just worry. Don't worry at all. Now, if you want to do something about this, you need better health, man. Another Better Upgrade manual. I guarantee that will drastically improve this. But if for whatever reason you're not ready to commit to upgrading your health that much, there's a few single basic things you could try. You could try diatomaceous earth, the food grade diatomaceous earth. You can try a combination of vitamin K2, vitamin D3, and magnesium. They need to be taken with oils and a heavy meal so you don't get the shits from the magnesium. That's a good stack for skeletal system. So those are a few simple things you can try that should make a very positive impact. But if you want to drastically, improve everything, another Better Upgrade manual. So you can do things that, you didn't used to think were possible. Much love, my friend. Pedro. We know fruits should be eaten on an empty stomach, but how do they react with each other? For example, eating a banana and an apple at the same time. Yeah. Now, you can eat all the fruits in the same meal because they're at least ballpark and your stomach will do okay. But it is true that fruits are divided even into different types of groups, and you've hit on that here. In fact, apples are the one fruit that should always be eaten by itself. Apples, they do their magic at cleansing the body when they're not eaten with anything else, okay? Now, generally, citrus fruits would go with citrus fruits. Bananas are a little different. You probably eat them by themselves. But I will say this. You can make a fruit bowl and combine all fruits and do okay. One key recommendation is to always eat apples by themselves. Even if you combined every fruit on the planet in the same meal, it would still be a lot more digestible than combining fruit with anything else, okay? Hopefully that clarifies that up for you some. Much love. How do you train right now? Volume, frequency, muscle groups, etc. Well, David, it's pretty much different every day. It depends on my schedule, how many hours of other things I'm doing. I'm not doing high volume like when I filmed the Nether Better Upgrade or the Nether by the Day series, which is on System Blowers channel for anybody interested. By the way, if anybody wants to go timestamp all the Q&As on that channel, I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it. Just throwing that out there. But anyway, lately it's been more like short, heavy workouts, and I base it on how I feel that day. No 2 days are the same. I don't have a set I don't have a set rotation or anything because I basically don't ever follow programs. I'm always shocking myself new ways every day. I'm a super intuitive trainer is what I'm getting at here, and therefore it's pretty much irrelevant to everybody else. I've never met anybody that's able to intuitively train as comfortably, as confidently, and with as good a result as I can. I'm sure they're out there, I just don't know who, super rare. So, in my Nether Better Upgrade manual, I have 6 very custom programs that all work very well, and they all work entirely differently. And the cool thing about that is anytime your gains slow in any one of those programs, just jump on another one and shock your muscles entirely different. This is how I get more gains. I know there's these endless, bro debates out there about shocking the muscles versus sticking to a system, and all these people want to argue this shit forever. I don't care to argue with anybody about it. I'll just tell you from personal experience, being creative and shocking the muscles differently every time you train means more gains, period. So that's my 2 cents. Much love. Next question, David. How do you get stronger each muscle group? How do you get stronger training each muscle group less often? Bro splits. Progressive overload, the same way you get stronger with anything, man. I mean, your question implies that you doubt that works, that bro splits don't work, because there's a bunch of people selling their program and trying to take a shit on bro splits. Look, there's many ways to do a bro split, and again, if you train with intensity, you're going to get fucking gains. Some people love bro splits, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people love everyday full body shit. Some people love body weight. Some people love all calisthenics. There's a lot of ways to make gains depending on your goals. If you like bro split training, apply yourself, progressively overload, and grow. Period. Much love. Next question. BNIBRO, Benibro C69. Please talk more about how you turned your addictive personality around. Maybe even into an advantage. I think I'm similar personality-wise, and I love to be addicted to good habits rather than bad. Yeah. So the first thing you've got to do is you need to own this for yourself and stop letting the world tell you have a fucking problem or there's something wrong with you. Change your belief about it. Say, okay, I have this addictive personality. What's that mean? It means that there's a part of me that when I get interested in something, I go nuts. I can put in mad hours and mad focus and mad obsession and blah, 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 blah. So, what do I want to apply that to? What do I want to aim that at? If I aim it at this activity over here, I'm pissing away my time and my life. If I aim it at this activity over here, I'm building a fucking empire of things I believe in. It's a tool, guys. But if you let the world tell you all your tools are shit, you're never going to do anything. Change the definition. Use it. It's energy. Energy can be used for whatever you choose. It's all about your consciousness. Be open to the fact that you can use energy for whatever you choose and do so like a fucking Jedi. I put in, 20 plus hours a day a lot of times on the things I believe in, and it makes mad progress on those things because I care, because I'm doing it from my heart, because those things matter to me. Okay? So if your addictive personality has you doing something you don't like, that you feel it doesn't serve your best purposes in life, you need to start replacing that activity with something else that part of you, that once it digs its claws in, it really digs them in. You need to attach that to something that you consider an advantage in your life. And you'll find you can do that. Okay? It's that simple, man. Redirection of your own energies and consciousness. Much love. AAA. Hey, hello, Nether. I was wondering if you could put your perspective on neurotransmitters, Braverman test, and connection between personality type and type of training that one prefers. Interesting. I haven't heard about any of this, but it makes sense that somebody's kind of profiled that. The idea is that effectiveness of training, maxing out volume, frequency, changing exercises, etc., is different due to neurotransmitter profile. Well, of course it is, yeah. Main one deficient ones for different people. And also, if what is effective for individual changes as she changes that profile with help of supplementation or increasing the deficiencies and fixing a bad lifestyle. Have you heard about Charles Poliquin or whatever? I've heard the name referenced. I'm sure I've read a few articles that individual was in those articles. I don't remember what they were, but I recognize the name. He mentioned using it to determine training parameters for athletes like frequency, variability, volume, etc. I wanted to share in that as I'm starting to see how intelligent plants and herbs, as regards to improving not only detox, vitamins, minerals, are also balancing your brain energies. Yes. It's really amazing how everything spiritual and physical is connected. Yes. You could just call spiritual consciousness, okay? Because that's what it is. All this physical shit's made out of consciousness. Spiritual, the word spiritual makes people think, oh, you're a religious nut, and then they just stop listening, which means they're really lacking consciousness. But anyway, before I get on a rant, Uh, it's amazing how these things are connected when you give a little attention to that, and how much of the connection people don't see in mainstream discussion. That's right, they see none of it. Love the work you share. Much love to you. Much love to you too, my friend. And that's all very interesting. It's really just a good sharing. And, I guess you're asking kind of my thoughts on that. Whoever's kind of profiled this to help people discover their own personalities and tie brainwave patterns into which training program works, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty fun. That sounds like good science. It's very related to what I've been telling people when they ask me, dude, I'm bored shitless with all these programs. I'm tired of reading. I feel like I can't even train anymore. And I tell them, hey, do you have a passion for anything in your own heart? What the fuck workout do you want to do? Because if you'll go do that, you'll pour mad passion, energy, and intensity into it, and you'll get fucking gains. So quit worrying about what some asshat nerd tells you to do who looks like shit and just likes to talk. Look inside yourself, figure out which kind of training appeals to you the most right now, and go pour your passion into it. Get them fucking gains. And yes, as your mindset changes in different chapters in your life, you may want to go into a different type of training, and that's fucking perfect. People should be rotating through different types of training anyway. Ultimately, to have the very best musculature you're going to have, somewhere in your training history needs to be all different modalities. You need nucleus overload. You need stretch overload. You need maxes. You need high volume. You need low volume, HIT. You need Ernil method at some point to go to the ultimate max. You need all this shit, okay? At some point in your training career, all these things build up different systems and parameters in the muscles. It all combines together and adds to more. This is why every simple-minded asshat that's stuck in one limited way of training is a very limited person, mentally and physically, okay? I know I'm sounding ranty. I'm not mad at anybody here. This is just a passionate topic. I think it's pretty cool, and I'm just throwing it out there, my feelings again. Guys, give yourselves permission to connect with the kind of training that you currently have the most passion for, and you're going to get the most gains. Don't look to other men and little boys and little insecure humans to give you permission to follow your own heart. You don't need somebody else's permission. If you'll do what's true to you, you'll unlock a higher capacity in your own reality, period. Awesome question. Much love. Grobloom. How to overload weight stretch on the pecs. Well, you could get, you know how people can do push-ups like between two chairs so they can dip down in really deep and stretch the chest harder? That's an excellent chest stretch for most people. And if you wanted to have somebody light sit on your back while you do it and help you stretch overload, I mean, don't overdo it and tear anything. You can try it just with body weight at first, but I'd recommend getting up on 3 chairs that are of equal height, one hand on each one and your feet on one, so you're level doing a push-up, and let yourself sink and stretch down below, okay, as deep as you can stretch into that. And you can angle your own elbows and arms to feel where you're getting the best stretch on your pecs, okay? And you can add weight when you're ready to add weight on that, all right? Very simple and effective. Much love. Raymond Stewart. Can you take Gotu-Kola and Mucuna pruriens at the same time? Absolutely. And when you combine adaptogenic or tonic herbs like this, they enhance each other. It's synergistic. It's like having 2 very intelligent expert gurus come into your life together, okay, instead of just one. There you go. That's your answer. Much love. Lee. Hey, Nether. Do you have any advice for shoulder pain when performing squats? Okay. I have quite bad shoulder flex. I've had this before too. When I didn't do squats for a long time and I'd go back to the bar, I couldn't even get my hands back far enough to do the squat. I had to literally stretch for weeks in order to be able to even do squats again. So I know about the tight shoulders thing. And a lot of this, guys, comes from all the forward pressing and internally rotating shit that all these meatheads do in the gym, and everybody overlooks how much training they ought to be doing on their external rotation with shoulders and their upper mid-back strength to pull everything back and align it better. So that's what I recommend. Work on your external rotation, beef up your upper and mid-back so you can pull your posture back better. Stop overdoing the front shit like everybody does, okay? And it'll get easier. Your posture will get better. When you do your external rotation exercises, your shoulder health will get better so they stop getting sore and irritated rotator cuffs. And you can get to where you can do the squat again, no problem. Okay? Oh, that's not your whole question. I have quite bad shoulder flexibility and do a bunch of shoulder dislocations I don't even know what that means, in a heap of warm-up sets with a lot of pain. It's not until at least 4 sets that the pain starts to become somewhat bearable. But I never look forward to doing them because of the shoulder pain. I think starting lifting at 35 years and being a computer nerd my whole life before that has a lot to do with it. Yeah, definitely. And you can get past this, man. You can. It's just you're going to have to realign your muscle tension, and you need to learn about external rotation work for your shoulders and strengthening your upper and mid back so it has more pull this way, okay? It makes you much more injury proof and functional in the long run anyway. And you look better because you don't end up with ape posture like this. I think, yeah, okay. Thanks for all you do and much love. Yeah. So those are my basic answers. You want to work on external rotation for your shoulders. Check the info box below. There's some external rotation links in there. I also like the way Alpha Destiny does it. He just does band face pulls like almost daily, I think. And I'm starting to do that too. You can actually get some nice shoulder and upper trap type gains, almost like nucleus overload gains, just from doing like 100 face pulls a day with a band. But anyway, check the information box for external rotation videos so you can learn about that and start prioritizing your upper back and your mid back thickness and strength, okay? And your posture is going to improve over time, and it'll be easier to do things like squats as your shoulders get aligned, mechanically aligned properly, okay? Much love. Next question. Amine Benchik, okay. Another, what dose do you recommend for things like D3, K2, magnesium for bone growth? Well, it's all in the Nether Better Upgrade manual. Outside of that, just do your own research and do what you're comfortable with, okay? I in the manual, I have people taking pretty high doses of those things for the anabolic effect and all the health boost. But, you know, as far as if you just want to take those 3 things, do some research and take what you're comfortable with. Question number 2, just as a fun thought experiment, what are the evolutionary advantages of being an ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph? Okay. An ectomorph has advantages in modern society where everybody's overeating macronutrients that are low on micronutrients, because an ectomorph tends to burn off the excess junk and padding from that fast, so they're not accumulating so much useless fat and toxic body weight. Now, an endomorph has an advantage in more natural environments in nature where you may not have food for a long period of time and you're going to need to live on your own body. So having a slow, efficient metabolism that makes the most of resources and burns them off the slowest is an advantage there. A mesomorph is somewhere in between, halfway adapted to both circumstances. Mesomorphs is a pretty good thing to be, you know, a fitness or a figure athlete because you're pretty good at gaining muscle mass and you're pretty good at staying lean. So there you go. That's kind of my basics. Much love and respect to you too, my friend. What are your thoughts on myo reps? I don't even know what myo reps are. I'm sure I've done them. I just don't know that turn off top of my head. Is that like super short, fast reps or something? I don't know, man. Link something and then maybe I'll see what it is and you can ask me again, or have somebody else, anybody chime in on this who knows something, okay? Like I say, I'm sure I've done them, but I just don't know off the top of my head myo reps, what that means. Terminology I lack. Okay, next question. Much love. Chris Dart. Any tips for not getting overwhelmed by beginning to detox your body? It seems like for every toxin I take out of my body, I learn about a new one that's still in it. Yes, the layers of the onion. It goes much deeper. This is causing me to become stressed, and I want it all out of me right now, but realize that's not possible. Every time I think about all the toxins that have put in me without my knowledge or permission, I get extremely pissed off and it's stressing me out. Thanks, man, and much love. Okay, I understand, and this is pretty common to go through those stages of bitterness and anger and fear and all these things as you start to wake up about how serious this is and how rampantly much more toxicity there is than people realize. But a little further down your journey, when it starts to get better, and you might as well skip to that point today, is when you realize, hey, dude, This is an opportunity now because you're aware of this. You can now turn yourself into a beacon of health in an extremely toxic world because you're becoming proactive. This journey becomes more and more exciting and fulfilling and empowering the further you go on it. Right now, you're in one of the hard stages. But as you do get more detoxed and you do get more vitality in your mind and awareness gets more clear and starts to be able to put all this more into perspective, you're going to be very glad that you're one of the people that's awake to this kind of thing, and you're upgrading yourself to become a light to a very dark, primitive, ignorant world, okay? So stop worrying about it, stop stressing. Think about everybody else who never does any cleansing and they're just adding every day. You're not on that path anymore. You are now reversing the math. Yes, this is a process. It's not some instant, quick fix, easy thing. But again, guys, all that quick fix, easy shit that culture's taught you, it's all fucking useless. None of it works good. It all backfires. This is a real path. This is a truly empowering path. This is about mastering your mind, body, spirit in your life. Okay? Not a quick fix thing. It's much bigger than that, much more important. And you're already on that path now. So hang in there and keep going and realize that the sooner you let go of the fears and the angers and you focus on all the positivity and the upgrades of what's happening here, that's going to help you accelerate. I tell people all the time, focus on vitality, not on toxicity. Yes, you're aware you have toxicity, but if all you do is think about toxicity, you're holding on to it. It makes it harder for your body to let go of because you're wrestling with it in your consciousness. What you resist persists. So stop resisting and being angry that the world's a toxic place and start thinking about incredible vitality, being a fucking superhero. Fantasize about that and envision that every day, and you're going to move faster to it, okay? And then shit gets really good. Much love, my friend. Next question. Tom Frey Productions. This is more of a metaphysical question. Starting slowly to get into becoming more woke. Had some pretty cool experiences. Anyway, you talked about higher selves and how we all have them. Does that mean we are higher selves to some other organism or thing? I don't think so, the way I understand it, because we're pretty much at the densest point of consciousness of ourselves. What you call your human self is basically your ego level of consciousness, and it's almost the animal level of consciousness. It's the lowest vibrational consciousness frequency that we have in order to be having this experience. So, no, it pretty much goes higher self, higher self, higher self from here, okay? The way I understand it. I'm not aware of anything that the conscious ego, monkey, animal level of a human being is a higher self to. I mean, maybe some of the bacterias in your body consider you their higher self. I don't know. People could define that a lot of ways, but no, to me, no. This is the lowest version of our consciousness, what we're experiencing here, calling it the human experience, okay? Much love. Next question. How to get rid of stretch marks or prevent? Getting some mad, meaty stretch marks on my arm. You know the ones, yeah. Corner of the arm and chest, usually. They're slowly starting to spread down my bicep. Yeah, I got them on biceps, too. Bio oil is meant to be good, but I don't know, and I would like some nether wisdom. I don't know what bio oil is. As long as it's all healthy ingredients, you might want to try that. I would say that all the things I frequently tell people for all these skin and connective tissue and hair issues everybody's asking me about constantly on all these Q&As. Get some organic gotu kola, some food grade diatomaceous earth, and test bee pollen to make sure you're not allergic to it. And then you can combine those three things in your lifestyle. I don't mean consume them all at the same time, not at all. Take the diatomaceous earth on an empty stomach with water. Take the gotu kola with a meal with oils and fats. Take the bee pollen anytime, empty stomach or with food. But by implementing those three things into your life, your connective tissues structure can be very much upgraded, and this will stop the progress of stretch marks and maybe even reverse them. Okay? Much love. Next question. Divine Terror. Hi, Nether. Is doing Jefferson deadlift every 2 days overkill? Can you tell me some assistance exercises for it? Well, Divine Terror, I don't know if you're doing like 40 sets every 2 days or one set or what. So no, in and of itself, it's not overkill. You'd have to give me a lot more parameters. And again, everyone can test this for themselves. If you're making progressive overload progress, you're not overtraining. If you're not, then you are overtraining. As far as accessories for it, now, you know, I'm pretty much the guy who doesn't worry about accessories for heavy lifts because for me, I always make the best progress just focusing on the lift itself. And you would have to tell me which muscles you think are your weakest link when you're doing the Jefferson deadlift. Like if you think it's your lower back, you're going to need to do some reverse hypers or something just to strengthen that area. If you think it's your mid back, you might want to do some Zercher lifts. If you think it's your upper back, you might want to do rack pulls. If you think it's your legs, you might want to focus on leg training so you have more leg drive. So if it's a weak core and lack of core stability and your body therefore won't let you pick up more weight because your proprioceptors are telling your nervous system that you're likely to snap your spine, that could be a limitation. There's many factors here that could be the weak link, and because I don't know what that is with you, I can't tell you which accessories to use, okay? So you'd have to diagnose it a little better and say, I think my legs are lacking leg drive, or I don't think I have the core stability, or I think my lower back's too weak, or whatever it is, and then I could, you know, aim some accessory work at your weak point, okay? That's the only point in doing accessories is if you can identify a weakness in that lift and then strengthen that specific area. Much love, my friend. Jaden Harrison, at 16 years old, am I too young to do rack pulls? Hell no. No. People teach deadlift to beginners, and it's one of the best ways to destroy your back. So many people have broken their spine. People teach, not broken, but dislocated slip discs, fucked up their whole body. They teach bench press to beginners, and more people have ruined their shoulders with that than almost anything. So no, not at all. Rack pulls are safer than standard deadlifting. Now, you should do some form of deadlifting to get full range of motion and mobility and function of your body, but rack pulls in and of themselves are not dangerous for a 16-year-old any more than any other lift, okay? I know there's dumbasses out there going to argue with that, but they don't have any experience and they don't even know what they're talking about. That's the simple truth, my friend. Much love. Davis Bindamanis. Does it matter how fast coffee gets in the colon when you're doing a coffee enema? Could you use a balloon since it's more convenient compared to a bag type enema? Okay, Davis, here's the deal. I like the coffee to go in fast, so I have a bucket, but I hang it really high, so the gravity makes it go in fast. Now what that does is it causes the coffee to go higher up into your, it tends to get past your large intestine, clear up into your small intestine, which I like because I want some cleansing there too. And you also get more of the euphoric high from it because your small intestine absorbs nutrients faster and more so than your large intestine. So what I've noticed is when you use a mechanism that puts the coffee in you faster, you'll get more of a euphoric high from it. I enjoy that. Mechanically, it's causing the coffee to make it clear up into your small intestine, not just stay down in your lower intestine. There's different opinions out there. A lot of people say, no, put it in slowly and only clean the lower intestine. I'm enjoying it doing it, putting it in faster and getting the full effect, okay? That's my 2 cents. Much love. Next question. Divine Terror. Nether, do you do rotator cuff exercises, and do I need to if I feel any pain or discomfort? Yes, I do, and yes, you do, even if you don't feel any pain and discomfort. Guys, do not wait till your posture's fucked to start doing rotator cuff exercises like every other noob. Learn from all of our mistakes that all of us are out here trying to help you so you don't have to waste your time going through the same lessons. Do your rotator cuff work now. Prevention is always so much easier and better than the cure. It's always harder to fix something after you fuck it up. It's much easier to have the wisdom to avoid the problem in the first place. Anybody intelligent, anybody wise who hears these words, do your rotator external rotation work now. Do not wait till you have a noticeable problem, okay? And like I said, there's some rotator cuff exercises linked in the comments, guys. Check them out, educate yourself, and include that. I like to do a little bit of rotator external work at the end of my workouts, okay? I feel like by doing it at the end, that's the last message I give to my shoulders so that the tension that I'm leaving my workout with has been placed on balancing them out nicely, okay? That's my 2 cents. But wherever you include it, make sure you're including some external rotation work for shoulders, guys. Anybody that doesn't want to be a crippled up, disabled person later would be wise to do that, okay? Another, can I intermittent fast as a teenager? Well, Dylan, you certainly can. Now, I don't want to get you in, I don't want to get in trouble or piss off your parents or whatever else. The thing about intermittent fasting is it's you need to have some education. You need to have some knowledge in order to do it right. You need to know how to get all your macronutrients and all your micronutrients, especially in your eating window, okay? If you're smart enough to do that and responsible enough to educate yourself on how to do that properly, you definitely can be healthy and even have some health improvements intermittent fasting as a teenager. Let's be realistic and let's be real. Let's get out of the echo chamber of society and go back and look at reality. Teenagers all throughout history naturally intermittent fasted just like everybody else because that's how reality works. So yes, you definitely can. My advice to you would be to learn about proper food combinations for digestion and learn about getting all your essential micronutrients, okay? That way you won't be robbing yourself of anything and you can actually benefit from intermittent fasting. Much love, my friend. Pedriger, hey beast. Thoughts on rowing as a form of nucleus overload? It's fine, man. Absolutely. Any kind of nucleus overload. As long as the choice of rows you're using are targeting the muscles you want to add nuclei to, sounds great to me, man. Absolutely. Much love. Next question, Techo. Hey, Nether. Hope all is well. It is, my friend. Thank you. I hope all is well for you. I have forearm tendonitis, which I believe is caused by poor form and mind muscle connection with my right bicep, which leads to the forearm doing all the work and it's getting overused. Do you have experience with this? Thanks and much love. Yes. I used to have forearm tendonitis. Anytime I did one-hand pull-ups, I would get forearm tendonitis and it would just stay, which always limited me on progressing on my one-handed pull-ups because the son of a bitch would get so sore that even doing one of them was just making it worse. Hence, everything in the Nether upgrade manual, which has upgraded my tendons to where they can handle anything and they never get sore. That's my solution, my friend. The thing is, to apply all the things in that manual, you got to be committed because it's going to upgrade everything in your body, not just your tendons. So if you're looking for a quick fix here, you could try making a deep tissue oil out of 50% organic castor oil and 50% organic tea tree oil and rubbing that into the sore areas every day to improve circulation to cartilage, which gets very little circulation. That will speed up the healing process, okay? So that's the not so committed version that might help. If you want to go all the way and upgrade your entire body from the inside to where tendons don't hold you back anymore, and nothing really does, another better upgrade manual. Much love, my friend. Sea Breeze of Febreze. Another, could you talk about how to properly meditate, astral project? I hear so many different takes on this and it gets confusing. Much love. This is better to discuss on the other channel. Cosmic Pathfinder Channeling. Okay? We can get into this more deep and there's already information being shared over there coming through on this topic. Okay? I don't want to piss off certain people, especially new people on this basically, fitness geared channel. It tends to scare people away when you go into stuff like this. I know you're open-minded to it, but I don't want to scare away people before they have a chance to start to become more open-minded on their own, okay? So yeah, take that to the other channel. Much love, my friend. Nebra Product. Can you improve your deadlift without squatting at all? Well, of course, man. You can improve your deadlift by deadlifting. I don't mean to be a dick, Nebra, but you're way smarter than to even ask that question. The problem is here, there's such a lack of confidence that's been taught to everybody in humanity, you won't even trust your own reasoning. You won't even trust something you already know. Of course you can, and you know that, my friend. You don't need my permission to tell you what you already know. Now, will squatting improve your deadlift? Probably, as you get more leg drive. But deadlifting will improve your deadlift more than squatting, So there you go, my friend. Much love. Eugene Wildlife. Hey, Nether, do you think that building a stronger body through lifting will have carryover and benefits to future incarnations of oneself? Yes. Anything you do that you consider an improvement to yourself, that's what you're taking with you. Understand that this body is a reflection of your consciousness. So the next body you build is going to be a reflection of your consciousness. It's your consciousness that you're changing by doing this. Okay? So absolutely yes. And I'm not going to say any more so, I don't scare or piss off certain people. Okay, much love. Next question. Exccyffa, EXCCYFFA. In one of the recent Q&As, you briefly mentioned how you ate raw meat pretty much exclusively for a few years. Can you go into more detail about how you went about this, as well as positives and negatives in your experience? I'd also like to share my gratitude for all the information you're sharing. I recently bought some gotu kola and diatomaceous earth to pair with the ashwagandha I already have, and I've experienced nothing but benefits. Awesome, man. Nice job on that. Thanks in advance and much love to the Jedi Master. Well, thank you, my fellow Jedi. Yeah, so when it came to raw meat, I read about raw meat diets and I wanted to try it. I had the notion something was compelling me. So I did. I ate everything, guys. I ate raw chicken. Oh, you're going to die of botulism. No, that was fine. But see, I have a caveman metabolism. I ate raw fish all the time. I never got parasites from it. I've done every intense parasite cleanse possible and never has a visible parasite come out no matter what. Because I have such strong stomach acid that my stomach acid kills all the eggs and shit. Because I guarantee you guys, all that raw meat and raw fish and all that shit I ate, covered in eggs. And I never got infected. I know other people that if they even eat something undercooked, they have giant fucking tapeworms in them a month later. So I am not recommending this diet. But being that I have a caveman stomach, it actually worked pretty good for me. I never got vitamin C deficient. I never needed vitamins or anything. Eating literally just raw meat. Piles of raw beef and raw chicken and raw fish and, I don't know, other things. Clams, oysters, whatever the fuck I ate. I ate a lot of things. And, yeah, I was healthy. I wasn't as healthy as I am now. But my health actually improved on that diet compared to a standard American mess or whatever that most people eat. And I learned a lot about how a no-carb diet actually works good for me. And some people, oh, you're going to die, your brain won't work. Obviously, their brain isn't working. They're not paying attention to the evidence here. Some of us can do really well on a diet like that. But not most people, so I don't recommend this diet. But yes, I did it, and it was more than a couple years. It was probably 5 years I ate mostly just raw meat. Rarely did I eat anything else at all. Sometimes I would singe the outside of the meat on a hot pan. That's it. I'd put like herbal seasonings on. That's pretty much the only plant anything I got during that whole time. And I didn't even eat that often. So, yes, for me that worked fine. For Eskimos and Inuits, it seems to work fine. There's certain tribes in Africa that eat everything raw, you know. There's groups that have adapted to that, and if you have the right kind of metabolism, digestion, you can do quite well that way. Other people will be completely infected with parasites and shit, and it'll just take them down. So again, I don't recommend anything about the way I eat because it's my digestive system's at one pretty extreme end of the spectrum. But that was my experience, my friend. Much love. James Garside, greetings from down under, my friend Nether. Thank you for all the information and enlightenment you provide for those of us who are open to it. I love both your channels. Right on, James. Thank you. My question is about Molluscum contagiosum. Do you have any knowledge or insight on how to most effectively and quickly eliminate it? No, not specifically because I'm not sure what that is. Sounds like a living infection, though. So basically everything in my cleansing and the Nether Better Upgrade Manual, whatever this living thing is that's invaded your body, it'll very much help get it out, yes. I've been dealing with this for far too long. I initially spread the virus by shaving over a lesion I was unaware of in my public area. Yeah, okay. Since then, it's spread to multiple areas of my body, including forearms, tops of the hands, oblique area, areas on my back and legs. Since it's contagious, I have to be extra careful not to pass it to others. This limits my life. Definitely, yeah, that must be frustrating, man. It almost feels like it's controlling my life. Yeah, you know, it's limiting a lot of your opportunities. I understand. Which fills me with rage, as I cannot stand the victim mentality, and that mentality itself is not and will not help the healing process. That's right. Awesome, man. You're choosing to be strong. So let's see what else your question is. I have seen many lesions come and go again and again. So I know that with my immune system is working against them. Right. And it's not strong enough that it's able to overcome this. So it's just like this back and forth battle all the time. I just want to turbocharge the process and take and reclaim my life so I can pursue my passion and purpose and help people. Absolutely, man. And I want that for you too, and I absolutely believe you're going to. You're going to succeed at this. Because you're not choosing the victim. Oh, I'm afflicted and it's not my fault and poor me and somebody should give me shit. You're choosing to empower yourself, which is fucking awesome because your life's going to be so rewarding. You're going to use these downtimes to become a shining light, and it's just going to make you that much better. I'm doing fairly well to limit spreading from across my body, but I'd really love and appreciate any aid you can offer. Much love. Okay. Get the Nether Better upgrade, man. And use all the cleansing and all the nutrition, and your body will become strong enough to overcome this thing from the inside. Now, as far as controlling it from the outside, I would try organic castor oil. I believe you'll notice benefits. You can add a little bit of organic tea tree oil. Don't overdo it because it'll burn like a bitch if you do. Tea tree oil kills the shit out of infections that it touches, and it kind of hurts. So if you want to try that topically, I'd say go with make an oil blend that's like 4/5 organic castor oil and maybe 1/5 organic tea tree oil. Rub it on the rashes in the areas and see if you can stand the feeling of it. And that should knock it back from the outside. But don't just do that, man, because that just chases it back to the inside of your body. I'm just talking about external management to make your life a little easier in the meantime. But get the Nether Better upgrade manual and strengthen your vitality from the inside so your body can eliminate this mess, okay? That's my sincere advice to you, my friend. Much love. Because you don't need to waste any more years of your life being limited by this crap. You're ready to empower yourself and you're ready to help people, and absolutely, man. And you're more than worth it, so do it. Much love. The Theo Pap. Hey, Nether, I'm a big fan. Thank you, friend. And I wanted to thank you for your contribution to the general open-mindedness on everything. Absolutely, man. Thank you for appreciating that. Unfortunately, I suffer from terrible insomnia since I was a kid. And although there are times that it comes and goes, it seems that every time it comes back even worse. I would really appreciate your insight in this matter since I know that you have had insomnia in the past. P.S. I do have purchased the manual and I'm starting to implement most of the things that my environment allows, but I'm still on the verge of taking sleep drugs. And I wanted to know if there's a better way instead of going on that route. Much love from Greece. Well, my friend, I would Google sleeping herbs, organic sleeping herbs. This way you can get better sleep and improve your health instead of taking a man-made toxic drug that'll make you sleep but destroy your body, okay? It really is that simple. There's a lot of great herbs out there that can help with sleeping. See what you can order that you can get your hands on organically and try some different stacks of herbs. And you should be able to come up with something that very much helps you sleep. And because they're organic herbs, they're only going to have positive benefits on other parts of your health as well. Okay? Much love, my friend. That's helped me in the times when I really needed help sleeping, okay? Very much. Grobloom, hey, would there be any benefits in going for 1-rep maxes on accessory isolation exercises? Well, according to Jason Blaha, don't do it. It doesn't impress anybody that you can curl 300 pounds. Nobody's impressed. You should only use accessory lifts for what they were intended for. Just like you should only use the big three for what they were intended for. Because some man who lived a long time ago had some intention for these 3 arbitrary lifts he invented, everybody needs to follow that forever without thinking or creating any new ideas or improving upon anything. Okay, now that's the potato answer. Here's my real answer. Sure, man. What do you want to be strong at? You want to have strong-ass triceps? Why not? You want to strong-ass biceps? Whatever. Hamstrings? Sure. Like I say, there's certain advantages to any certain way you train. So, I think the ability to curl like 150 pounds with one hand is pretty awesome. And it makes your tendons stronger, makes you a lot harder to injure. Gives you way better biceps, for example, since we're using biceps here. So absolutely, my friend. What do you think? Do you think it would be cool to have like the strongest bicep, to have the strongest forearm, to have the strongest calf muscle? I think it would be cool. If that's something you want, go for it. Why not? Don't let some other dickhead limit your view of what you're aiming for, You can do it, man. Maybe you want the strongest pinky finger in the world. Whatever, it's all good. Honor your own goals, man. Absolutely. I do 1-rep maxes on certain isolation things, and it's just made me that much stronger. which correlates to other things. All the muscles are tied together. Your biceps get stronger, let's say, from doing isolations. You're going to be able to do heavier pull-ups and chin-ups, even without strengthening your back, just because you have more arm pull now. Everything adds to each other. So in and of itself, yeah, if you find the right place in your training for certain 1-rep maxes on accessories, it can have all sorts of benefits. Much love, man. Your next question says, is it possible to gain muscle mass without volume work? Well, of course it is, man. Only by doing intensity, heavy weight on compound exercises. Dude, this is why there's books of people arguing out there. There's groups that say you should only do that. And there's other groups that say you should only do volume work. And then they argue about which one's better for building muscle mass. And obviously a lot of people have been successful with both. So, yeah, of course that works, dude. You're not going to go from, let's say, like a 100-pound squat to a 600-pound 1-rep squat without gaining mass, okay? Of course not. Now, is it the very best for mass gaining? No. Ideally, a certain amount of volume in various situations is going to add to your mass in the long run, but you can train it in stages. You can do HIT stages and then volume stages, and I find that going back and forth between those just makes better constant gains year round. So yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. Much love. Next question. Conservative pacifist. Hello, Nether. I have a nagging pain above my right gluteus maximus whenever I lean back or lean to the right. Yeah, I know that spot you're talking about. I tweaked that exact spot about 1,000 times with conventional deadlifts. The pain seemingly came out of nowhere. Have you experienced something like this in your years of lifting? And if not, do you have any ideas as to what this might be? Thanks. Yeah, it's like a little piece of connective tissue. I feel like it's where a muscle inserts into a tendon. You're fraying something, you're popping and pulling something there. That's what it always felt like to me. And a lot of people get that pain in that same spot from deadlifting, among other things. And a lot of them just keep going until they go ahead and destroy their lower back, trying to prove that bending over to touch your toes and then trying to lift as much weight as possible in that position is some kind of brilliant thing because somebody thought of it a long time ago, which it isn't. But anyway, yeah. I've had that tweak many times, and with good nutrition and rest, it just heals up stronger than ever, okay? On me. Other people, it just gets worse because they don't have the recovery of vitality, and it just goes downhill, and they end up with a serious injury. So, basically, you're testing a connective tissue beyond what it's currently capable of, and with good enough nutrition, it's going to grow back stronger, and with not good enough nutrition, it's not going to grow back stronger. So, you know, that's my basic synopsis on that experience. Much love, friend. Grobloom, my eyes are very sensitive to sunlight. Any tips on how I could force them to adapt without damaging them? Yeah, rather than forcing your eyes to adapt, you need to look into researching how black mold and mold living in the body makes eyes very sensitive to sunlight. This is a rampant issue. A lot of people have it. Deep cleansing of the body to get all the mold out will then allow you to handle sunlight with your eyes, okay? It's not about forcing your eyes. It's about correcting the actual cause of this issue, okay? Much love, my friend. Next question. Tasty Leaf. When I'm rowing full range of motion, dumbbell rows, I sometimes get a popping in my shoulder. It's not a hard, sharp sensation of cracking. It's more of a squishy, soft rolling of joints, which is quite irritating. Know how to stop or prevent this? Sounds like you're a little loose jointed there and the joint's kind of slipping around and rolling around in the socket while you're doing this. Now you can try to tense up all the supportive muscles more, see if you can hold it in place better. If that doesn't work, try different rowing variations. See if there's a slightly different angle where you can pull the same muscles where it's not grinding and popping the joint. Those are my basic thoughts on that. Try those things and down the line let me know if that doesn't work for you. Much love. Next question. Keon Yusuf. A couple questions for me. Number one, is there an alternative for coffee enemas? I've heard that drinking olive oil and lemon juice has similar effects. Not really similar effects. It is a liver and gallbladder cleanse, so it's addressing some of the same organs, yes. And a lot of people have done very well with olive oil and lemon juice cleansing. So yes, do that. If you're into that, if you like that idea, work with it. It's going to improve your health, okay? Do you know any way to treat sebaceous cysts? Yes. Deeply detoxify your body from the inside, okay? That's just so much junk and bullshit built up in your body. Your body's tearing holes in your skin just to shove it out, like an emergency procedure. It's like if you're inside of a a submarine and there's so much nasty toxic shit killing you in there that you're torching holes in the walls just to shove it out through the wall and weld that shit back shut because you're so overwhelmed. That's what cysts and acne and stuff like that is. It's the lymph system. It's the eliminative organs of the body. So your questions are related here, and you definitely want to get into this cleansing that you're sensing you need to. Okay? Much love, my friend. Next question. Stefan Thalet, or Thalet or something. Hey, Nether. First of all, thank you for being who you are. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for being who you are. You're an absolutely amazing individual, and finding you was a true blessing. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. I have had a problem with clenching my teeth in my sleep for 4 to 5 years. I've been using a mouth guard all this time, but I can still feel my teeth and jaw getting progressively worse. My jaw has been making clacking noises on the left side for quite some time, and my teeth do hurt from time to time because of the overuse. I tried to find a solution, but no one seems to be aware of what causes the problem. I found some answers on the internet, like smoking cigarettes causes it. I quit smoking 2 to 3 years ago with no results. I'm 28 years old. I'm a guy who's 28 who likes to better himself through lifting and attaining new knowledge, but the quality of my sleep is so crappy now that it affects my cognitive and physical performance functions. Thank you in advance. I wish the very best to you and your family. You too, my friend Stefan. You know, I know that it's rooted in anxiety issues in your nervous system, okay? Your adrenals and your nervous system and all the things that coordinate that are highly anxious and high-strung and nervous. So this is not something where I have like a quick, easy fix. Now, granted, everything in the Nether Better manual is going to help, like all the sunflower lecithin and different nourishing adaptogens that build up the nervous system and harmonize it. So I would highly recommend that. Yeah, that's my best advice. If you wanted to try just 1 or 2 or a few things, if you don't want to commit to something like an entire lifestyle upgrade, you could try sunflower lecithin, organic Gotu Kola, organic ashwagandha. Even look up organic Bacopa, B-A-C-O-P-A. And between those things, you can very much nourish and help a stressed out nervous system and adrenal glands, okay? And that will make a difference with this. So your body is in dealing with so much physical anxiety in your nervous system that it's grinding its teeth in a struggle all night while you're sleeping, okay? It's a lot of suppressed anxiety. At a consciousness level, that's what it is. And of course, changing belief systems deep down, changing your philosophy of life very much helps with this. But just to give it a nutritional approach that a lot of people in this channel can understand and appreciate, there you go, my friend. Much love. Elohim Vishnu. Cool name. Hey, Nether, thoughts on strongman training? Fucking love it, man. Strongman training is so damn cool. That's my thought. So many lifts those guys do, they put it in a range of motion where it just looks cool and you can lift these phenomenal objects in different ways and go for really big weights. And it's time, so you have to have tremendous cardio. You have to be an amazing athlete. It's just all around fucking awesome. And it's not powerlifting, which is kind of boring and limited to me. It's strongest men in the world. So it's just way more exciting to me. Same difference between MMA and boxing. Why would you be a boxer in a world where any MMA fighter can hand you your ass? No matter how good of a boxer you ever become, you're training at something inferior. To me, that's the difference between powerlifting and strongman. No disrespect to powerlifters, because they're just as hard at training and strong-willed competitors as anybody in the world, but strongman's straight up superior. Strongman training will make you a superior athlete to basic powerlifting training, period. So to me, it's awesome. What do I do if I have shitty arm genetics but want them to look huge? Well, I wouldn't say, first of all, you have to not believe you have shitty arm genetics, or you're never going to get anywhere. Understand that you don't have shitty arm genetics, you just don't know how to train your arms yet, okay? I had to learn this the hard way. I'm very torso dominant. I have over 20-inch arms as a natural, so people aren't going to believe that when I say it, but it's true. I had long, skinny arms compared to my torso for the longest time, and it's taken a lot of extra work and a lot of problem solving and a lot of things to get my arms up to the rest of my upper body. But it's worth it. So a few things to look into is daily arm feeders and or occlusion blood flow restriction training for arms. Go research those things, educate yourself a little bit, and use some new modalities to train your arms instead of just doing all the same old shit everybody else does, okay? Much love, my friend. Next question. Mystic Banana. Hey, Nether. What do you think of Wim Hof and his methods, breathing, cold showers, etc.? Awesome content so far. Keep it up. Much love, brother. You too, Mystic. Much love. Wim Hof is very interesting. It's amazing what he's been able to master with his use of consciousness, what he can do with his own cells, compressing oxygen, creating heat, and all this incredible stuff. Now I use similar oxygen breathing and compression for some of my shamanic activities that I do. And it's incredible. It's powerful. So Wim Hof is a super amazing individual that's shown the world some really amazing things that he can do with his consciousness and breathing practices, and I think that's really fucking cool. Hopefully that sums it up. Much love. Magetti. Hey, Nether, I apologize for the broadness of this. Don't apologize. I'm a pretty broad, nebulous character that people can't figure out myself, so it's all good. I noticed that when you're asked whether some sort of growth development is possible, you often confirm that it's possible, especially at a younger age. So if you're able to go back to when you're, say, 20 years old, what would be some major things that you would do in order to milk the most of this period of physical mental growth to fulfill your body's growth capacity at best set up yourself for the future? My friend, I would use the Vitality Stacks in the Nether Better Upgrade Manual. If you want to get your most organ and bone frame foundational growth during your growing years, get the Nether Better Upgrade Manual. And even if you don't use everything in the manual yet, start with what I call the basic Vitality Stack in that manual. It's super fucking good for skeletal development, okay? Among other things. That's my answer. Much love. The Sheriff! Sheriff's in town. You Nether, check this out. Number 1. Is it true vitamin D from sun takes about 24 hours to be absorbed, so jumping in the ocean or shower washes it off? Yes. That's an average. It soaks into different people at a different speed, but yes. People that take a shower after they've been out in the sun, they miss out on the vitamin D. This is why a lot of people can't figure out why they live in a warm place and they get a lot of sun exposure and they're still rampantly deficient in vitamin D. Okay? That is true. Thoughts on resistant starch? Okay. For dieting, if you will prepare foods in a way that causes them to convert into resistant starch, especially for people like myself that don't do so well on high carbs and starchy carbs, it improves the metabolic effect because some of it converts into medium and short chain triglycerides in your gut, and then those are known to stimulate metabolism, okay? So it converts it into a different kind of fuel, which is better for dieting and better for blood sugar control and better for people that tend towards the insulin resistant side of the spectrum, more like myself. That's my thoughts on resistant starch. Anybody that doesn't know about resistant starch, Google it and educate yourself so you know what he's talking about here. It's a pretty interesting topic. Thoughts on avoiding water and drinks, especially cold ones, 30 minutes before, during, or after eating so your stomach won't be diluted. Yeah. Everybody has their own stomach acid that's limited on how strong it is. The more water and liquids you add into a meal, the more you're diluting your own stomach acid so it can't break down the food near as well. So it is better to space out your drinking of fluids from different times from when you're eating your meals. Okay? Absolutely. Good point to bring up. Thank you, friend. Much love. Sam K. Hey, Nether. What supplements and herbs should I take daily prior to competition to create the ultimate swimming athlete? Much love and respect. Well, to go for the ultimate, I'd say get my Nether Better Upgrade Manual and apply all of it. That's why it's in there. It's what I use, okay? They're all performance enhancers because they're all mind, body, health, vitality, clarity, awareness, awakeness enhancers, all right? So that's a deal, Sam K. Much love. Adam BZBHDB. The best driver of hypertrophy for someone who is a beginner: heavy weights, getting a pump, or eccentric? Thanks a lot. Well, there's different camps of thought on this, and it's going to depend on your muscle genetics, how many of which type of muscle fibers you have, and again, like we were discussing earlier, what kind of training appeals to you, because that's what you're going to pour the most passion into. Look into your own heart, your own instincts. Do you feel more drawn to start out going for More the pump, being a pump chaser, or more about building up your strength with heavy weights or eccentrics? Now, eccentrics are always going to cause enough fiber damage to cause growth, no matter who you are, okay? They also draw a lot out of your recovery because it's an intensity technique, so that's something to consider. In other words, you can even overdo eccentrics and just overtrain if you're not resting enough. But what I would say is look in your own heart and decide which path looks exciting to you, because here's what I'm going to tell you. In the long run, you're going to want to use all these different modalities. So right now you just need to pick one to start with, to start building up your foundation. Start building something. Give yourself something to build from. Just make sure you're covering your whole body, all your muscles, not focusing on the noob mirror muscles like everybody does, so your posture and you got health problems and shit later. Use balance training. Train all your muscles, whichever type of system, whether you're focusing more on the low volume and the strength gains, or more on getting a pump everywhere, or more on eccentrics, or whatever you're doing. Train balanced all over your body and pick whichever approach appeals to you the most right now, because you will be able to apply the most passion to that, and that will get you the best gains. Okay? Much love. Next question. Jordy Baker. Hello, Nether. Love your content. What multivitamin do you recommend? I don't recommend a multivitamin. I recommend my Nether Better Upgrade Manual, okay? It's like 1,000 times better, well, more than any multivitamin. So, that being said, I think a high-quality superfood or greens supplement where it's got concentrated greens grinded up into a powder and it's organic, I would take something like that, because your basic multivitamins, half the vitamins in it are synthetic bullshit usually anyway. But if you'll take a concentrated greens product with superfood greens blended into it, into a green powder, you'll get all your multivitamins and a lot more in a lot better form, and you'll get more than just vitamins, okay? Much love. Next question. Jordy Baker. Hello, Nether. How can I get a surplus of calories so that I can gain muscle? As a 210-pound male that's 6'1" and a 4-hour eating window. Keep up the good work and love your content. Cool, man. Thanks. Most people in a 4-hour eating window, I'd say, do 2 meals. The first meal, eat all your more carb-based foods and plant-based foods because they're going to digest faster. Then 3 hours later, eat a really heavy protein fat-based meal. Now, if you're more on the vegan or plant-based side of things, you could use peanut butter or tahini. Those are great weight gainers. If you're more on the animal side of things, you can eat your animal products, your eggs and chicken or whatever. But the reason to eat the more carb-based plant foods meal first is because you'll digest it faster. You only need about 3 hours to have that totally digested. And then your stomach's ready to digest all that heavy protein fat-based meal. Okay? That's a basic strategy based on what you gave me. Much love. Next question. The Sheriff. Know of any safe and effective deodorant, body wash brands, and home recipes? Perhaps a diet can help a lot. Straight up coconut oil or raw lemon juice are somewhat effective for armpits, but not very convenient. Baking soda works, but gives a red rash. Your wife makes homemade products. Yeah, I am not the expert on this, man, because I almost never need deodorant, okay? If baking soda is irritating you, my advice, just Google it. Look up homemade deodorants and try something else. You'll find something that works perfect for you, okay? I'm getting these questions a lot now, and I'm hoping maybe some of you guys can link some stuff here, okay? And I'll put it in the information box for people to reference on that, all right? Again, I treat everything from deep on the inside so that you don't even need things on the outside, but there's a lot of good info on things like that now, okay? So look around a little bit and somebody link some cool links on that. Thank you. Tom Frey Productions. Thoughts on cannabis. I'm not a massive smoker of it, but ever since smoking, I feel like I'm more awake and aware of the motive behind people's actions. When I do smoke, I try not just to be a couch potato and binge on shitty food. I try to expand my mind. Is this similar to shrooms, or do magic mushrooms do something completely different in your mind? Yeah, it's as far as the effects of those two substances, it's very different experience. Okay, so you're using cannabis and you're aiming to expand your consciousness. Well, let me tell you something. Your consciousness is so powerful that because that's your decision, that is what you're going to experience. You're going to be able to use it as a tool to expand your consciousness. Now, most people in this world just let the world tell them what to believe, and therefore they exist in the belief system that cannabis is some kind of thing where you just fuck off like a loser hippie. And because that's what they believe, that's all they get out of it. They completely miss the opportunity to explore different realms of consciousness and expand their mind. There's spiritual groups, I believe in India and probably other places, that's like their entire sacred sacrament. Their entire mysticism of religion is all based around using cannabis to meditate more deeply and so forth, and live a very spiritual life and peace and prosperity and whatever it is they do. And I don't know a whole lot about those groups, but all throughout history, certain groups have used it to gain in consciousness, and other ignorant societies have just, like ours, have just used it to fuck off because that's what they think it is. It's a belief system. People miss the opportunities in most things because of their preconceived limited beliefs that somebody gave them about it, okay? And I'm not saying cannabis is for everybody, but I'm saying for you, because of the way you're connecting with it and the way you're understanding it and the way you're choosing to experience it, yes, you can improve meditations, you can get consciousness gains using that sacred plant as a spiritual teacher of sorts. Shrooms is a different sacred teacher, and if you have the consciousness to be open to that, you can gain from that as well. If you're immature and you think it's just a drug to fuck off with, that's all you're going to get from it, okay? It's all about a person's consciousness as to whether they're ready to get anything out of something or not. That being said, nobody needs any of these things to gain in consciousness. You can do it entirely organically. You can create all the same chemicals in your mind, believe it or not. So there's different paths here. So that's my basic thoughts. Much love. Have you heard of the Law of One and the raw material? Yeah, I've seen some of David Wilcock's videos and heard some of the basics on all that, definitely. And on my other channel, I've encountered information about those subjects straight from the source, organically, so to speak. So if you want to check that out, Cosmic Pathfinder Channeling. Much love, my friend. What are good exercises to add size to legs other than squats? Well, as far as just adding size, fucking leg press, dude. If you just want bigger legs, fall in love with the leg press. It's a great mass builder. Every bit as good as squats. I don't care what anybody says. Squats are one of those bang for your buck exercises where you might get more overall mass on your body because you're using your core, shoulders, back, etc. But just for leg gains, squats are not superior to leg press, just for leg size and strength gains, okay? So if that's really all you're asking, that's the simple answer, okay? Much love. Wait a minute, you said some okay. You want more than one. You know, Bulgarian split squats, trap bar deadlifts with a more upright posture, builds leg mass, even kind of, well, I don't want to say that. What's some other good ones for leg mass? Excuse me. Well, Jefferson's using Jefferson lifts more as a squat can really build leg mass. Because like I always allude to, you can shift the load mostly onto your hamstrings and your glutes. You can shift the load mostly onto your quads. You can add resistance bands and do a Jefferson lift / terminal knee extension. Go check out Sam or Neil's channel to see a lot of great examples that were filmed very well on how to do that. Major leg builders, okay? All those. So work with that for a while, my friend. You will not be disappointed if you actually apply yourself. Much love. Next question. Hamoud El Masri. Hi Nether, is there a way to get all the minerals and vitamins your body needs with food only and without taking any external supplements? Appreciate your work. Thanks in advance. Yes, my friend, if you get organic food sources that are grown in extremely high quality soil, you can. Unfortunately, in this world, even most organic products are grown in depleted soil. So organic means they're not going to put toxins in you, but they're still not necessarily as nutritious as they should be. Topsoil depletion all across this planet is rampant. So what I'm saying is if you want to try to get all your nutrients from just foods, you need to procure, you need to locate food sources that you are sure are grown in the highest quality soil, and then you can do that, okay? If you can pull that off, yes. Much love. Next question. The scentification. Do you think sexual orientation is fixed or can it be changed? Also, you mentioned you are from Nordic descent. Do you know which country? Okay, sexual orientation, I think it's not exactly fixed. Now for me it is because I'm like 110% straight. I couldn't even be slightly gay even if I tried. But I know there's a lot of people that say, well, you know, I'm straight, but I think I've had some other thoughts. I'm like 2% gay or something. There are people who change during their lifetime, so that tells me it's not fixed for everybody. Okay, it is changeable. To who's on the line to where they could be changed? I don't know. I don't know really what causes that, if it's a choice or if it's a series of events or whatever. But I don't think it's entirely fixed, because I sincerely believe there's people that, as far as they can tell, literally change their sexual orientation during their life. But I'm no expert on that subject. That's just my guess. Your next question. You mentioned you're from Nordic descent. Do you know which country? I'm actually from a lot of descents. I'm mostly Scandinavian and Celtic and Native American. As far as the Nordic ancestors, which I tend to look like and resemble, most of them are from Norway, but I also have ancestors from Sweden, all over the place. I have a lot of different Scandinavian pieces on different sides of my family, but the biggest chunk is Norwegian. Literally in the same family line as Eric the Red and Leif Erikson, okay? Those are actual relatives of mine that many of you probably read about in history class. So anyway, much love. Next question. Samir Muhavik. Hey Nether, do you get animals to automatically like you or to get along with you? A lot of them I can, yes. Like a neighbor's dog or an animal in the wild. I do real well with wild animals. Now neighbor's dogs not so much, because pets tend to take on the personality of their owner. If their owner just has a vibration of being a hateful motherfucker, I've noticed their pets tend to be the same way. Because they become like their owner. They're not even their owner, their life companion. The pet doesn't see the person as their owner. They see it as their pack, their companion. So people's pets no, but wild animals I do real well with, because I can read them empathically and I can know what they're thinking and feeling. That's why I was able to work hands-on with tigers and lions and bears in the cage, hands-on with them, without ever getting hurt. And everybody else that worked there got hurt because they can't read the animals and feel what they're feeling, and I can. So yes, I have a gift for that. There is a neighborhood dog that always barks at me and tries to run towards me, and electric collar stops him whenever I walk by his house. And two, in a video I think you've said you get along well with animals. Yeah. And like I said, when it comes to somebody's pet, you know, that dog has learned that from humans somewhere, and my communication with animals is less effective on pets that somebody's turned into an asshole, okay? Wild animals, they're more in their natural state. I can understand them and they can understand me, and there's a more clear communication there. But with pets, not so much. So you might want to pick a different street or something, just in case that electric collar isn't working one day, you know? Unless you want to have a lawsuit, because all you need is that dog to chew on you a bit, and you can be one of these scumbags that take somebody's money. Nah. Honestly, though, yeah, it's just a situation where that dog's probably a dick because that dog's been taught to be a dick. And dog probably would bite you if that collar wasn't there. So you might want to, if you can, pick a different path so you're not pissing off the same dog every day. Because God forbid it, the collar's not working one day. You know what I mean? Dogs tend to be that way. When you rile them up, the same animal, day after day after day, it sees you pissing it off. It kind of, the ones that have that chip on their shoulder already, it kind of builds that up, and then they want to chew your ass, you know? They feel like you're purposely coming by and taunting them every day from the dog's perspective. So that's just something to be aware of. It's not the dog's fault he's a dick. He learned it from humans, and he's doing what he thinks is best. Your next question. Hey, Nether, I asked you if I should bulk or cut in a previous video, and you mentioned to me lean bulk or recomp. How do you recomp? What recomp means is it means without even changing weight, you become more muscle and less fat, okay? Also, is cutting safe at 16 years old? I know Alpha Destiny doesn't really like teenagers cutting. What are your thoughts on the subject? So bulk or recomp means changing your diet to where you get more quality gains. Now, You're gaining muscle while you're recomping, but you're not gaining weight because you're losing fat and gaining muscle. That being said, when I said a lean bulk, it's similar, but you actually are gaining weight, but you're not gaining fat. I'm talking about tuning your nutrients to where you can make gains in muscle, but you don't need to add fat to do it. You just need to get your calories just to the right point where you're making slow, steady gains. There's no reason to become a lard ass doing a bulk and then try to cut it. And especially as a teenager, if you're going to end up cutting later, I agree with Alex. Most teenagers would have no clue how to do a cut that is healthy and doesn't stunt their growth in some way. So it just doesn't make sense to me for a teenager to be bulking and cutting. Your body as a teenager wants to grow anyway, so if you take care of your nutrition and you actually learn about how to work out properly, you can make a lot of really good gains, and you don't have to gain any fat doing it. So I'm not telling you what to do. You can bulk and cut. You can do whatever you want, man. You have free will. Well, you're 16. I don't know if your parents allow you to have free will, but my point is, my advice generally would be that it's just safer, smarter, and what I've learned in the long run is learning how to tune and calibrate your diet to where you can make lean, steady gains is just a better, more efficient path where you're not taking 1 step forward and 3 steps back and 4 steps forward and 2 steps back, and you're all over the place getting fat and skinny, and your metabolism and your hormones are getting all confused. People have jacked themselves up that way. So I say just tune in your body to make lean, steady gains, especially as a teenager, okay? It's my honest advice. You can do what you want, but that's how I see it, my friend. Much love. Ted Sire, Nether, I've been listening to your Grow Taller subliminals for a month, 30 minutes a day, and I haven't grown a centimeter. Could you explain any reasons why I'm doing wrong? I'm 20 years old and 5'5". You're not doing anything wrong. The chances are you're desperately wanting this, and you have fears in your subconscious that it's not going to work, okay? Let me tell you something about subliminals. They really only work when you don't even care if they work anymore, okay? Because then you don't have any resistance anymore. When you're feeling like you need this to work, you're putting a vibration of desperation out to the universe. And just like most women, what you're feeling desperate for, it's going to turn and run the other way from you, okay? Because that vibration doesn't work. It doesn't get you what you want. You need to understand that you're perfect the way you are, and it doesn't matter whether you're ever taller than 5'5". You need to know that this is something that can happen, and it'll happen easily when you have no more resistance and fear in your own subconscious, okay? The real opportunity here is to learn about how consciousness works. Then you'll understand what I'm babbling about all the time when I'm trying to explain to everybody in this world that the reason your reality is so limited is because of all the belief systems that you've already allowed to be programmed into your subconscious, and you've never even checked them for yourself to understand, do they serve a purpose? How did they get there? How do I know any of this shit's true? Because if people will go back and analyze all this, they'll find that every single fucking belief system you have is just some shit that somebody told you. That's it. There's no more validity to it than that. So it's not that you're doing anything wrong, it's that there's things already programmed deep into your subconscious that are not allowing this to happen yet. And if you clear those things, progress can be attained. I'll throw this out there for anybody listening that this clicks with. There's a shamanic practice, an energy changing shamanic practice that you can purchase, okay, from me, that's all about cutting the energetic ties that can set you free from all your limitations in life. So if you want to learn a meditation that can completely communicate with your own subconscious to remove all the baggages and unlock your potentials in life, I can't possibly tell you what a difference it made for me and my wife when we did it. If you want to hear about that, learn about that, if you're interested, let me know, my friend, okay? Much love. Next question. TOG. If I don't train legs, can I do more upper body volume? Yeah, sure. Because mathematically, the overall drain on resources in your nervous system is drastically reduced if you're not even bothering with lower body. So yes, the math says, therefore you could apply more of that energy to upper body. Definitely. Next question. Nicola Alexic. Oh yeah, you're trying to get me to watch a video. If I ever have time, I will, friend. Isamed. Nether, if you would have the knowledge that you have right now in your 20s, how much stronger do you think you would be today? Man, I I feel like my life has unfolded the way it has for good reason. Because if for some reason I had all this when I was 20, it would have made life easy mode for me, and I probably wouldn't even be teaching anybody, any of you guys, any of this, because I wouldn't have gone through so much personal hell that I needed to understand more about life and the real meaning behind it. So I don't even regret that I had to get everything the hard way and have my ass whooped by the universe over and over and over, because it makes me more valuable to you guys now. But theoretically, if I would have had this knowledge in my 20s, fuck, dude, I don't even know. People already don't believe that you can do what I'm doing naturally, so they'd probably lock me up and dissect me somewhere, because it would just be too astounding, you know what I mean? Much love, my friend. Next question. Conkus. Which supplement, herbs, clays, etc. best for overall health, anabolic boost if I'm on a budget? Well, I answered this earlier. If you want to start with some, well, you're talking anabolic. I'd say if you want to experiment with some anabolic stacks of basic supplements, get the high-dose vitamin D, the high-dose vitamin K2, and the magnesium. Take the D3, okay, high-dose vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium. Take the D3 and the K2 with oils and fatty foods. Take the magnesium with a heavy meal that will dilute it so it doesn't give you the shits. Go do your research on those things. You can even find the evidence of their anabolic activity. You can go look up some studies, okay? I can assure you, if you combine those three things in higher doses, like I do in the Nether Better Upgrade Manual, very noticeable anabolic effect, okay? Much love. Next question. This is also from Conkus. I've been having noticeable veins and redness, blueness under my eyes for a long time. Not only it looks unhealthy, but makes me feel insecure. My gums are often red too. Doesn't bother me that much. What should I do apart from laser skin treatment? Yeah, if you get a laser skin treatment, it's going to deceive you. You're going to think, oh, at least I look good on the outside now. And whatever serious toxicity and mess you got going on the inside of your body that's eroding the veins under your eyes like that, you're not even going to address it. So don't cheat yourself like that, man. Fix this from the inside. Gotta recommend the Nether Upgrade Manual. Upgrade your entire body's health as an organism. And whichever systems of weakness you have that's causing this to show under your eyes, it's going to improve. Now, as far as the red gums and inflammation, that suggests that you have digestive tract inflammation and infection, which is quite common. It starts in the mouth and the teeth and gums and goes all the way to your asshole. It's the entire tube, the entire digestive tract is infected and somewhat inflamed. And if you don't want this to become a chronic, serious condition of malnutrition and everything that goes downhill from there, again, address this from the inside and bring up your health as an organism. That's what I strongly believe in, not quick bullshit fixes that cover the appearance of something from the outside. So that's my answer, friend. Much love. Jack S. Hey, Nether, love your channel. If your goal was to increase your vertical leap, didn't I answer this last time? Practice vertical leaping as hard as you can for 60 seconds, once a week. After a few weeks of that, start doing it with light dumbbells and build up to a little bit heavier dumbbells. When you get to where you can jump high holding, 50 pounds, you're going to have a hell of a lot better vertical. It's that simple, man. Much love. Next question. Lucy Brooke, how do you wash your fruit and vegetables? Much love. Okay, Lucy. Now, I don't. I just eat the germs because I don't give a shit. But my wife sprays diluted food-grade hydrogen peroxide on produce just to make sure that any germs are dead. Okay? Totally harmless to consume, and it kills any potentially harmful germs on the food. So you can Google that and check it out and learn about it. It's easy to do. Much love. Michael Novick. Hey, Nether, my question is, how can I grow taller? I'm 6 feet, 19 years old. I detox my body and mind. I heard something about herbs, listening to some music, training, stretching. I just want to know your opinion on this. I'm mentally and physically prepared to do whatever's necessary to gain some inches. My goal is at least 4 inches, but sky is the limit and space is the place. Thanks and greetings from the Czech Republic. Well, okay, Michael. I would definitely use subliminals and find the ones that feel good. Like when you feel something good and euphoric in your brain when you're listening to that tone, that one's going to work better for you. So find one that feels good. And just relax. You don't have to focus on it. You don't have to try to force yourself to grow. Actually, the more you relax and realize that This would be very easy if we humans didn't have so many doubts about things. That's what'll actually make it easier. Nutritionally, everything in the Nether Better Upgrade Manual massively upgrades what your skeleton has to work with. So if you want to approach it from the physical nutrient side, I highly recommend that. So you got two sides to it, the consciousness side, the nutrition side. And if you capitalize on both of those, I believe you can get to 6'4" or more. Okay? Much love, my friend. MD Guitar 00. Nether, I found a huge benefit from taking ashwagandha over the last 2 weeks. However, every time I take it, my stomach ends up hurting afterwards. I try taking it with food, without food. Within an hour or two, my stomach cramps. I'd really like to continue taking it. I've also tried rhodiola rosea, but the same thing happens. The stomach pains are disheartening. Do you have any idea why this might be occurring? All I can tell you is add more oils, dilute it further. Take a big couple swigs of extra virgin olive oil with a meal, okay? If you dilute it enough with oils, it should stop it from irritating your stomach. Anytime I don't dilute one of those herbs enough, I get a hurt stomach too, okay? Now, if you dilute it with a lot of food and you still get stomach cramps, then let me know, because I've never even heard of that, okay? Your stomach might be having some detox reaction strongly to it. But I honestly believe if you dilute it with more oils and fats, and start eating those oils and fats before you even drink the ashwagandha, okay? So your stomach's already coated in oils and fats by the time that hits. If you dilute it enough in oils and fats, it'll digest well and it should not cause irritation to your stomach, okay? Much love. Next question. Lucy Brooke. What's your opinion on donating organs? Would me donating more organs have consequences in my afterlife? Only if you believe so, okay? If you're referring to like Egyptian belief systems and stuff, and they believe all these things about organs, then yeah, do what makes sense to you. If you have beliefs about that, do what aligns with your beliefs. Now me, because I have no beliefs about that, it couldn't matter less. If some wild animal eats my body when I die, fine, great, good for him, he got some meat, I'm happy for him. I couldn't give a shit less, because all this is made out of dirt and water. And when I'm done with it, it can go back to dirt and water, and I'm on to the next thing. So no, I wouldn't attach myself to belief systems like there's something magic about what happens to your leftover organs when you're done with a body. But your consciousness is an interesting thing. You can literally become a damn ghost who doesn't leave because you get so traumatized because you don't like what somebody did to your body after you died. This happens based on people's beliefs and thoughts. This is why I couldn't care less. When I'm done with this body, I'm done. I'm not even going to look back. I don't want to see what it looks like when it's dead anyway. Getting all smelly and bloated. I mean, forget that shit, you know? But that's my mentality. So, it's all based on your beliefs. If you have a belief about that, do what aligns with your beliefs. If you can be free from beliefs like that, that's what I'd recommend. Much love. Next question. Sharoon Akbal. Hey, how do you survive in a world where there are only people and their own selfish desires and they don't care about other people? I don't know. I've never been there. I want to succeed, but I don't want to become a horrible person. Thank you. Your videos help me understand the world better. Awesome, man. Here's the deal. You're showing me that you have a belief that this world's just full of shit people. And I've been there, man. And when that was my belief, my life was a miserable pile of shit where I couldn't communicate with anybody or make any difference. When you change your consciousness inside, you will notice that the entire outside world changes too. What you will bring out of people will be different. The encounters you have, the relationships you have, the adventures you have, the situations you create. You are creating this. So when all you're seeing in this world is selfish asshole people, it means that you have belief systems and struggles inside of yourself, and your external environment is reflecting those to you. It means that you have a lot of judgments where you think you're a selfish asshole. And those belief systems are being projected outwards, and the universe is giving you exactly what you're materializing to show you. These are the energies you are currently working with. There's nothing right or wrong about it. This is you exploring consciousness, but that's what it is. When you change your internal views and beliefs and judgments and dogmatic beliefs and religious beliefs and judgments that you're passing on others, shows that you're also passing it on yourself. When you don't think everybody's a selfish piece of shit anymore, you'll find they're not, okay? You will bring something out of people and you will attract different scenarios, okay? This is all about an opportunity to change your internal environment so you can learn one of the big masteries about life, which is that you are creating your reality, despite the false, upside down, backwards, disheartening illusions that you were taught in this world. You are creating your reality, okay? Your consciousness and your beliefs are way more powerful than you think. I promise you, if you can rewrite your own philosophy from the inside, what you will see occurring in the outside world will be a completely different world. Okay? Much love, my friend. Next question. Eyeballs looking at me. That's your name. How do I know if my third eye is awakened? I think I answered this by typing. Let me see. What the fuck? Okay, let me read this. How do I know if my third eye is awakened? I kind of said out loud, higher self, any guides, any beings or anything that hears me, open my third eye, I'm ready. Since then, I'm more scared overall. I'm not seeing or hearing anything like ghosts, but I feel much more scared than usual when I read weird things, like a mysterious disappearance of some 3-year-old child's story, for example. Real story, not found after 10 plus years of this child, by the way. Yeah, there's quite a few kids that have disappeared and never been found. Very sad. But let me go through everything you wrote here. I'm a bit, maybe much more passionate about my real true desires and dreams. Like the other day I talked 50 minutes about computer coding and 100 other topics to some girl. And I'm suddenly 30 times more open into accepting any belief. 3 days ago I was anti-everything and science only. Yeah, that's a very small box, and I'm glad you finally opened the lids on it so you can at least start to explore reality. But today I was holding my hand on my mom and focusing on my balls and on my heart and everything, imagining collecting energy from the air into my body and then transferring it to me and to her. I imagine the balls thing because fire energy, like male energy, probably comes from them, doesn't it? Well, yeah, that's your root chakra area. You could say that's fire energy, sure. I tried to make her feel aggressive and even murder-like. Don't ask, she was about to start a fight with her ex. At the time, I was having crazy stomach pains because I drank half a gallon of coffee. When my mom returned back, she said, don't fucking do that again. She didn't get angry or the things I meant to do, but she got stomach pain. And my stomach pain relieved around the same time, like a few minutes later. Right now I'm just doing anything that comes to mind. I have crazy fantasies, so if I get a thought, try this and see what it does. Do you think you can just instantly transfer energy by just closing your eyes and imagining it placing your hands on another person? Yes, you can, and you did. Or will these things never work without years of training? It did work, dude. It did. You witnessed it, okay? But you have so many belief systems in this world that you can't even believe your own experience. That's the key point to understand here. You can literally experience something and then go, oh, that didn't happen because I'm told it didn't happen. This is fucked. This is what's upside down in this world. People can't even believe their own experiences. They've been told that whatever happens to you isn't even real. It's what some other asshole wrote in a book. That's what's real. Not true. Okay. Another, I'm sorry, but I probably have 40 extra minutes. But you're trying to keep it shorter. Dude, your questions are going on and on and on. I'd appreciate it, guys, if you have a lot of questions, list one of them at a time so we can timestamp them. We can't even timestamp this mess, okay? Let me talk about you wanted to open your third eye, but then you feel fear. I've been over this many times. Society has built up so many belief systems to scare the shit out of you so that you won't ever use your third eye. You're scared of ghosts. You're scared of the unknown. You're scared of demons, religion. You're scared of, some of you are scared of aliens. Some of you are scared of this and that and the other. Every movie, every song, all popular culture has done is make all of you scared fucking shitless to use your natural abilities. This is one of the reasons a calcium shell builds over the pineal gland at an early age. Even if you didn't consume the toxins, a lot of you would still have built that shell out of fear. It's to block yourself from your own perception because you believe every other thing out there is there to fucking get you and drag you away to hell. This is what is keeping humanity closed off from other consciousness that they could be learning from and expanding from. The powers that be want it this way. The so-called Illuminati, they know about all these other types of beings. They interact with some of them. In my opinion, they've made the wrong choices of who to interact with, but they have you guys scared too fucking shitless to use your third eye, because if you did, you would have access to all kinds of information that they don't want you to have. Plain and simple. All right, let's try to move through your 97 questions here. You're thinking about Jesus. I add science to the common sense of spirituality. If Jesus was able to cure people, where was the gift of power stored? Well, if you actually read what Jesus said, he told them they cured themselves with their own faith. Entire false religions have been built over the fact that people don't pay attention to the few verses left in the Bible that haven't been rewritten. Everything he tried to tell people, they wouldn't listen to. They wanted to believe that he was curing them magically as an outside source. He told people, your faith has made you well. He was showing us something about ourselves, guys, not something that only pertains to him. Where was this power stored? This power is consciousness. Consciousness realigning particles into a healthy form. It's not stored anywhere. It's everywhere. It is everything. The consciousness energy fields are what's holding together this physical matter. Your current state of consciousness is arranging your matter however it is. So whatever diseases you may or may not have is a struggle that you have in your consciousness. Okay? Not in his flesh body. Well, yeah, the energy's in our flesh body, or you wouldn't have a flesh body. If your consciousness was not in electromagnetically holding together this dirt and water, that's all it would be. Okay? So yeah, it was in his flesh body, healing power, just like it's in yours, but it's all around it. The energy field all around you, that's your consciousness. And depending how far you open up into it, it stretches out unlimited all across time and space. But to take baby steps here, just realize your consciousness isn't some little tiny thing that's stuck inside your body. It's an energy field all around you, and it's holding your physical body within it, not the other way around. You say probably attached to his soul energy or something along those lines. Your flesh body stores muscles and other cool things. Your spirit stores even cooler things. That's my theory. They're not all separated like the way all the religions have taught it. They're all the same thing. They're different vibrational frequencies of the same thing. Your physical body is a very low vibrational version of your consciousness. Okay? I also believe anyone can do that healing and miracles. They simply have to learn how. Well, you can. You've already shown me the evidence that you have the potential for hands-on healing. You just have to learn how you're doing it and how to flow the energies. And instead of flowing hatred into people, I mean, you might, want to do the opposite. Flow healing energy. I'm not telling you what to do, but you did put energy in your mom, okay? The reason you instinctively wanted to try to do something with your hands is because you actually do possess potential there. Now, before I scare 500 subscribers away, I'm not going to say any more about that. You want to get deeper into this? Cosmic Pathfinder Channeling, my other channel, okay? Maybe this is why so many women were burned for witches. Yeah, that's one reason. Anytime women healed anybody with herbs or energy work, the church that didn't know how to do that, the church of angry, miserable pedophiles, came and burned her alive because they didn't want anybody getting help that they didn't know how to provide, because they want pure control and dominance over everybody. Because that's all they can imagine in their little reptilian brain. So, yeah, burning women alive because they're also sexually repressed, and it gives them a fantasy seeing women scream to death. It's all really sick, fucked up shit. But yeah, you're touching on something real here. Spirit, and you gotta be, this particular world is famous for martyring the shit out of anybody that comes to try to offer something better to humanity. Okay, spirituality was common and daily thing back then probably, but when belief systems and books came, this all got corrupted and lost in time. Yeah, somebody's agenda. Suddenly you were the devil if you're able to cure a headache without the need of... Yep. And because you have past lives and because you're touching on this, I can already tell you've had this experience, as have I. It creates deep trauma in people so that when they even begin to discover these abilities in this life, they just, oh, fuck no. And they suppress it again because somewhere in your subconscious is a memory of being traumatized so badly for doing something out of the norm to help people that your subconscious is trying to stop you from ever doing that again. However, the fact that you're becoming aware of this now means that your higher self is alluding to the fact that this would be a better time for you to reintroduce your awareness to these abilities you have and start using them. You can continue on a theme in this life that got very rudely interrupted in another life. That's what you're actually tapping into here. But again, I don't want to scare people off this channel, so let's keep going. I am so sorry about using your precious... man, it's all good. Like I said, try to separate these into individual questions in the future. It makes it much easier to timestamp for everybody's benefit. That's all I would ask here. I feel like a 12-year-old again that easily believes in new things. Yeah. That feeling you had in your heart when you were a child that anything was possible, that was the most powerful thing you ever had. And the first thing this world did was stomp it right the fuck out of you so you would exist in a tiny box of perception and you'd never change shit. And many of them meant well. They're just passing on to you what's been done to them. They think it's the right thing. But the real you is who you were in touch with as a child before this world lied to you enough that you lost it in the illusions here. So that feeling you're getting back is an incredibly good sign, my friend. This is good stuff. Just soaking in all this info. Back as a child, I probably had my third eye awakened. Yeah, we all come into the world with a much more functional third eye. Because you had some weird situations like the one where I thought aliens were in my house. You didn't just think that, man. They were, okay? It may be a little bit much to accept now fully consciously, and so your mind's protecting you from fear that might come up if you fully accepted that. But trust me, these kinds of things are way the hell more common than people want to even remember. And just crazy things normal closed-minded people can't sense. They're just using the wrong eyes. Yeah. Fear shuts people's natural abilities down. It even shuts their IQ down. It's like a deer in the fucking headlights. The more afraid you make humans, the more stupid and helpless they are. And in case you haven't noticed, all the systems of this world are training you to be scared useless from the time you're born here. Okay? So you are figuring this out and you're on a great path, man. Much love! Next question. I'm open to... Oh, this is still you. You're going on and on. I am fucking open to any fucking thought now. The monkey brain is disabled by 70%, it feels like. Are you saying bees are actually eggs of a godly demon being from Mars? I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. You kind of lost me on that last one. Whatever you're on, can I have some? No, I'm just kidding. I just don't understand your comment about bees and Mars and demons, but much love, friend. Can you pass on this advice? I don't even know what you mean. I'm passing on every useful bit of advice that I get the opportunity to. Okay, much love. Next question. There's a study somebody linked about very low carbs and muscle. And this study was on people that it benefited. Other people will go the other way, and that's why you're always going to have conflicting studies. But if that suits your metabolism and body, yeah. Okay, last one for today. Min Young Kim. Been on no fat, no porn or masturbation for 5 years. Took me this long to realize it's 90% just placebo. But I can't eliminate this false belief that I've ingrained in myself. I feel anxious, vulnerable, and weak if I masturbate. How to actually get rid of this? Yeah. Well, you spent a lot of time letting somebody program this dogmatic religious belief system into you. So now you have to do the work it takes to change it for yourself. You're going to have to put in the repetition and create better beliefs in yourself until this miserable, self-limiting, destructive belief goes away and you have something better. Now, whether a person wants to masturbate or not, whatever. But you shouldn't be doing either of those paths out of some fucking guilt trip that some religious system put on you. And you've realized that now, that it's not in your best interest. Self-love, seeing yourself in the divine light, and putting aside stupid insecurities that humans have about their own sexuality can help you see yourself in a clearer light and appreciate yourself. And realize that however you choose to explore your own sexuality, it's totally your own choice. That part of you didn't come with an instruction manual. You have all kinds of assholes manipulating you into fear and making you feel like shit about yourself, religions, namely. And this is no different. This is just another religion. If you experience any benefits from not masturbating, great. If you're not experiencing benefits, don't do it. Be true to yourself. Who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks, man? Rewrite those beliefs, okay? It may take a bit because 5 years you've been building this religion into your subconscious. So now you got to do the inner work to build something better, okay? That doesn't just put you in a fucking prison. Because what you're noticing is when you believe something like that, you literally do become weak from it. Again, guys, power of the mind. If somebody would have trained you that jerking off made you 10 times as strong, you'd be experiencing that reality by now. But the world's full of this other belief, so that's what you've got. Fuck the world's beliefs, man. You're a divine being and you're part of the Creator. Create your own system that works better than that. This is the opportunity here. And I know you can do it, man. So much love and appreciation to everybody. Been a great Q&A. Thank you to whoever timestamps this beast. Thanks for all the good questions and co-creations here, guys. Again, it's incredible the benefits a lot of people are getting from this, so let's all keep energetically putting our hearts together here. Hearts and minds, right? For the benefit of all. Much love, Jedi is over and out for now.